All right, we on? We on? Who jumped? Who jumped? Hi, we're just gonna start. We're just gonna start. Maybe people will start watching eventually. I don't know. I watched the new Billboard Steve video earlier today. We're gonna watch it, but I wanted to look a bit more into that woman that he's been hanging around with because she says just the most unbelievable things. Like all the time. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And she like scolds someone for being a Christian. I haven't found anything yet. I really want to know how long this person has been a Christian. I'm guessing it's like a few years max. But yeah, I want to see, I don't know, hang on. I want to understand a bit more where this person's coming from because she seems really nuts. So yeah, I don't know, make sure you like the stream. Don't forget you can super chat on YouTube. You can join the channel. You can also super chat on Streamlabs, have your message heard. I have Patreon, I have Discord, and other stuff. So yeah, there's this woman here, this Taylor Advocate person, can you see? So this woman is the one. Billboard Steve is not Christian, but this woman is. I'm kind of questioning for how long. Yeah, so he has been hanging out with this Taylor woman here. And I find her presence extremely concerning, to be honest. She doesn't seem to know what the fuck she's talking about, like, at all. And she just says the most insane things. She's quite inflammatory. Which kind of goes against like what Steve purports to be about, you know. Like he usually at least is trying to pretend that it's just about having conversations and stuff, and that he doesn't antagonize people. She very much does. But we have this video here, and I also wanted to have a look at some of a bit of her other stuff because this is the same person. I'm doing these like vlog type things. Her views on feminism. She's got a video about Henry Novak, which I can't promise I'm going to stay away from because I have a lot of opinions about that whole thing. Yeah, Steve is not a Christian. He's not religious. He I think if he's vague about it, it's probably because he has quite a sizable Christian audience. So he probably doesn't go into it very much. But yeah, so we could I'll have a quick look at one of her videos and I'll go on to the Steve thing, I think. We'll see what this one is. What are her views on feminism? Let's see. Let's get an understanding of where this person comes from. My understanding is she had a kid that came out as trans. She ended up getting into like the gender critical thing, having been somewhat affirming, I guess. And is now like basically a cultist. I don't know how else to put it. We're covered in all the Kelly J. Keane merch. We're pushing a very like extreme version of like TERF. It's quite insane to me.
Hi all. It is Saturday night. I just thought I'd let you know that tomorrow morning.
Hang on, sorry, let me just check something. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. I'm sorry if there's background noise, by the way. I think something's going off down the street. Something's going on. Hi, Bex. Hi, everyone else, by the way.
Edge of the Matrix is releasing part 1 of our...
Not like occult, but like... She seems like she's in a thought cult to me.
Video that we did in Manchester last weekend. In regards to the pro-reality, pro-biology. So men can't become women, women can't become men. So that'll be
so brave.
Released in the morning, so do look out for that. I also wanted to briefly talk about feminism.
She, as far as I know, she's like Kelly J. Keane school, like right wing. Doesn't call herself a feminist. I guess is at odds with at least some gender criticals because of this. Because gender critical is gender critical is supposed to be derived from feminism. And depending on someone's beliefs, I can see where it comes from, because a lot of it is about kind of abolishing gender where possible, which is generally a feminist position.
I might lose a few followers on this, but although some of you know my feelings.
Also, I doubt it. Her followers are going to be like, Unite the Kingdom types, for the most part.
I've just had to walk away from a lady I've known for a long, long time and respected for a long, long time. She worked, I don't know if she still works, but worked in the domestic abuse sector, which is where I work. And we had a lot of mutual respect for each other, and we were very close. But she is a left-wing feminist. Now, I used to be a feminist. I used to identify as a radical feminist. I was never a left-wing feminist. But, we had enough in common, and, working within the domestic abuse sector and stuff, we had that in common. So, but her feminism is so toxic. I mean, feminism is toxic.
Absolutely insane fucking take.
As a whole, but her feminism has proven to be so toxic that I had to.
Have hatred of trans women's stance and their hatred of men. I mean, maybe in some cases. I think I'm more inclined to think it is about, like male people coming into spaces and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some that come from that angle.
Walk away.
It's one thing to be cognizant of things like, rape statistics and stuff like that. It's another thing to just genuinely be misandrist. And I think you get some TERFs that are the former and some that are the latter.
It has proven to be so toxic that I had to walk away. I saw a post where she was slating billionaires and saying that refugees are not the problem. Refugees.
What's wrong with any of that?
Welcome here, basically.
What's wrong with that?
She's a fan of the migrant hotels, all the rest.
A fan of, listen, we're getting a second-hand account. Who's a fan of the migrant hotels? Presumably, no one wants them to be there. It's just we got this massive fucking backlog. People just say this stuff, man. You can just say this stuff. You can just say whatever you want if you're on the correct side of the aisle for where the culture's at right now. It's so annoying.
Rest of it. Unlike her, I have 2 teenage daughters. And I responded saying I'd rather have billionaires living in my town than a hotel full of 200 undocumented illegal male migrants in my town, especially as a mother of 2 daughters. The trouble is, okay, I'm going to move away from her now. The trouble is with modern day feminism they talk about feminism, but they ignore the real issues. So I've never seen a left-wing feminism really talk about the women in Afghanistan, the genocide happening in Nigeria, although I know it's a Christian-based, and feminists tend to not be religious because they're woke, and obviously woke people tend not to be religious. But she's never spoken out about any of the native British people over the years, and certainly recently we've had a lot, haven't we, that have been attacked, raped, and even murdered or unalived, because it's probably going on TikTok as well, unalived by these undocumented men.
Yeah, it is just skinwalking fundamentally.
And on top of that, the feminists have never talked about the grooming gangs And although the majority of the Muslim grooming gangs didn't enter the country illegally, some of them did. I have read the report. Some of them indeed did. But a lot of them didn't. And a lot of them actually were second and sometimes even third generation immigrants. But they still did what they did because it's ingrained. Because Islam is a death cult.
Weren't the grooming gangs from like a specific part of Pakistan for the most part? How can you say Islam when you're talking about a group of people from a very specific part of the world?
And I'm not going to apologise for saying that. Islam is a death cult, and if you follow the Quran and you follow the Hadiths, then you are a danger automatically. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no room for nuance here, is what we're saying. No room for nuance.
In my book, that's the way it is. And feminists don't believe in any of that sort of stuff, so they'll turn a blind eye to all the women and girls that are being raped and unalived by these men. Feminists, I saw a lot of feminists as well come out in celebration earlier this year when the new bill came out on abortion, allowing abortion to take place right up until the moment of birth. Well, as a Christian...
Decriminalising it, not the same thing.
And then as an abolitionist, I am staunchly against that. But even if I was still a feminist, I would also be against that, because let's face it, 50% of the babies who are being brutally unalived in their mother's womb are female. They don't care about those females, do they? So even if you're looking at it from a feminist point of view, they don't care about those women or girls in the womb. So I find them very hypocritical.
What kind of life are any of them going to have potentially? Like, right? It's just not. Just it's like taking a brick to your face. Every tiny issue with a fucking brick, you know.
Cool. I find them extremely toxic. They're woke. They're evil, and they're in a cult, and they are part of the problem. And that's my thinking on it. I am a fighter for the rights of women and girls, but I'm not a feminist, and I fight for all women and girls.
Yeah, and the right to abortion is not something she sticks up for. Like, you get raped, so be it. You still have to have a kid.
When I say that,
like, we're just picking and choosing. We're talking about, oh, well, you don't care about these females. Well, you don't care about other ones, you know. You tell people they're not talking about the genocide in Nigeria. You're talking about the genocide in fucking Gaza. You're talking about the fucking American airstrikes that killed a fucking bunch of schoolgirls in Iran. You know what I mean? This person's fucking down with Trump. She's got a fucking t-shirt and shit. Like, where was it? Big fan of Trump, apparently, this person. Like, British people who like Trump are like fucking something else, man. He's got like a jumper. Amazing news from the US, Epstein files, wearing a fucking Trump jumper. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't mean the ones with penises. Because that's another thing as well. Feminists include trans women in their
what, all of them? All feminists?
Feminism. Not all, but the majority.
Okay, well done.
Of them do. Which I just find abhorrent and mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. So that's my views on that. It drives me absolutely mental. And feminists tend to hate men.
It's what happens when you have no problems in your life, by the way. This is what happens. You get driven up the wall by the fact that some feminists are, you know, inclusive of trans women. Wow, bro.
There's a lot of political lesbians who are feminists, I find. And that, to me, equals man-hater. A lot of them are vegan as well. Have you noticed that? There's a running theme going on. A lot of them are involved with Palestine.
Isn't it like lesbians in Scotland that were at least somewhat responsible for pushing the lawsuits that led to the Supreme Court decision?
It's just, you know...
Oh, Palestine mention, here we go.
A lot of them are involved with Palestine.
Do you know why British people, like British like lefties or whatever, are more likely to talk about like the genocide in Gaza than Nigeria? Part of it's because Britain has been fucking selling fucking Israel bombs and stuff, arming them. Britain put Israel there in the first place, like officially, after World War II. Like they had the mandate over that fucking area for a long time. So we're a lot more involved in that whole thing. And this is what we're doing. We're just like picking and choosing. Yes, Islam is not a monolith. Just like Christianity isn't. Just like fucking presumably Judaism isn't.
It's just a mess. It's all intrinsically linked. But I wonder how they're going to feel in the next 10, 15, 20 odd years when they're forced to wear a burqa.
Which is not going to happen ever in this country.
They're unalived for being political lesbians.
Which is not going to happen ever in this country.
Or, another part of the alphabet soup. Or they want to unalive their unborn child.
These idiots can't even prove that like LGBT people get killed in Gaza, never mind fucking here, or will be.
Which is obviously against the Islamic Caliphate. I don't really think that they have two brain cells to rub together. I pitied them for a long time, probably because I was a feminist myself, but I was never that kind of feminist. And I soon woke up. And I stopped calling myself a feminist. Yeah, they're just toxic, and they're just horrible, and I don't want anything to do with them. So if you're following me, and you are a left-wing feminist, and you are in any way part of the woke mind virus, and you think that unaliving baby girls in the womb and allowing undocumented, illegal, fighting-age men into
allowing illegal bro, what does she think illegal means? What does she think illegal means? It means it's not allowed. So you don't allow illegal immigrants. You either allow them as legal migrants, or you keep it illegal. And then the best they can do is apply for asylum, and they'll either get it or they won't, depending on how the investigation comes out. Like, it's so stupid. How are these people so confident in their beliefs? How are these people so absolute in the way they talk? It like drives me insane.
To our towns and cities to endanger, or at least, the very least, make uncomfortable our women and girls, then I was about to say you ain't no feminist, but that's what feminist is now. So yeah, maybe you are a feminist. So maybe you deserve that title. Feminism doesn't mean good anymore. I'm sorry, it doesn't mean good anymore. So
it never meant good. It meant you want equality of the sexes. You want to bring women up in line with men who have historically kind of dominated, you know?
So if you agree with my sentiment and are anti-woke and are calling yourself a feminist, I would maybe suggest you stop. Because you're associating yourself with some of the worst women on the planet. Feel free to disagree, though. The comments are down below. You are welcome to say whatever you want about me and to me and whatever. I can take it. I'm thick-skinned. Do you know why? Because I'm not a feminist. Anyway, check out the video, Edge of the Matrix, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. He usually releases...
Oh, we will. Don't worry, we will. Yeah, this is who he's been hanging out with, is basically the point. Maybe I'll watch some more of these. I'm definitely interested in what she has to say about Henry Novak. But, yeah, so the two of them, Billboard Steve and that Taylor woman, showed up in Manchester. I think they were only there for a couple of hours. And it got pretty nuts. The thing is, they don't have their little gaggle of YouTubers to surround them and back them up anymore. I remember there was, what was the video? There's been videos where he's got this whole crowd of people around him that are all like down with everything he's saying and like backing him up and stuff. And it's just not like that anymore because a lot of them are banned. Like, used to have all like English Ned and the fucking lesbian cartel and shit hanging around him. And most of them are banned from Manchester City Centre now. I can't remember. It was like around Christmas time. And nowadays he gets it's not the same. It's not the same. But yeah, we'll have a look at his newest video.
How are they women?
Oh, explain. Come on then.
Oh shit, hang on. No, we missed a bit.
No way. Alright, what's right?
Trans women are fucking demonic, satanic.
So trans women are demonic, satanic. Watch what he's like.
Can you be a woman?
He's like egging them on. Something will happen later where there's a trans woman around him. And I think someone else says something similar, and he has a very different tone. He has a very different kind of attitude. But when there's not someone around that he's trying to be kind of balanced around, he's down with this shit. He's down with it. It doesn't fly. People notice this shit.
Can you? Because I've got a prick.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. We're on the same team. But he's not a transphobe, and he just wants to have conversations, you know.
Your mates.
Right, fuck the trannies.
Fuck the trannies. Yeah, just inspire someone to yell "fuck the trannies" in the middle of a street. Wow. You wonder why trans people sometimes say they don't feel safe, like going out places. Like, Jesus Christ, man. There he's down with it, bro. You can't hide. Not from me. She's fucking loving it. She's down with that shit as fuck.
How are they women?
Oh, explain. Come on then.
Just been thrown out of spoons. Wouldn't surprise me.
Why aren't
You ever seen the video of Hugh Anthony and his friends getting thrown out of spoons? That was very funny.
they women?
You've got no argument whatsoever. You've got no argument.
You're a traitor to your sex, love.
Listen, oh my god, bro, what are you doing? You're a traitor to your sex because you disagree with Billboard Steve?
Women are women.
Like, this is helpful, isn't it? Like, shouting this shit after people. It's bad enough that Steve does it instead of just accepting, oh, you don't want to talk? Okay, fair enough, whatever. You've got no argument. Well, do they have no argument, or are they just not willing to indulge you? Like...
Nothing wrong with that. She's terrified of your camera.
What did this person do? What did this person do?
Oh, you've come and painted your face.
Here we go. Some children are going to come over and he's going to hang out with them.
Right, can we have a decent conversation now? Can we? Right, okay.
I've got 2 teenage daughters as well. Come on, I'm allowed to talk to. We can be girls together.
Daughters?
Yeah.
We can be girls together. You sound like a non.
We've got the same colours on our flags.
Quite similar ages, actually. Mine are 15 and 17. How old
Are you sick in the head? But 15-year-old boys. Like, what are you to go against people
15-year-olds.
are actually expressing?
Are you saying you're a boy?
Can you stop getting so close to me? Yes, I am.
Okay, well, I thought you'd come to have a conversation. I don't want to get in your space, I honestly don't.
No, it's alright. He's a boy. You can get as much in his space as you want. Because
Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this?
I don't want to get in your space, I honestly don't.
No, it's alright. He's a boy. You can get as much in his space as you want.
He's a boy at 15, by the way. He's a 15-year-old boy. You can get as much in his space as you want. Why does she say these things, bro? Why does she say these things? This woman is a fucking liability. She's like... It's not easy because Billboard Steve, like, does embarrass himself. A lot. But she is, like, actually making him look bad. She's actually, like... actually embarrassing him. Like, what are we doing here? Thought that was his wife. It's not his wife. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, but I have no gossip to share on that front, unfortunately. Maybe one day.
I don't want to get in your space, I honestly don't.
No, it's alright. He's a boy. You can get as much in his space as you want because you two are men.
Well, that's
Because you two are men. Literally said they were 15 like 10 seconds ago.
Good point.
We can all be girls together.
It would probably be a girl that would say, don't get him a space and step by.
I'm not a trans woman. Who said I was born a girl?
Well, me. I just said that.
What is,
So I'm not
what is it about men in dresses that makes you want to, like, suck up to them?
We're not sucking up to anyone. Anyone
Makes you want to suck up to them.
can express themselves whatever way you want. You can go around wearing a frilly skirt and a crop
Yeah,
top.
but don't be going into his toilet, because that's against the law, sweetheart.
You can go around wearing a frilly skirt and a crop
Yeah,
top.
but don't be going into his toilet, because that's against the law, sweetheart.
Take a wild guess whether that's true or not. Take a wild guess whether it's illegal to go into the wrong sex toilet. She doesn't know anything about anything. Why is she here? Why is she so obsessed with this topic? Why do these people always say, oh, I did loads of research and now I know what's going on? No, you don't. It's not illegal. There isn't a law around using, like, toilets. It's trespass. It's up to whoever owns the toilet, because it's like a civil matter. It might become, like, aggravated trespass, but not just because they use the toilet. There'd have to be, like, further things happen. Like refusing to leave and, like, kicking off and shit. She doesn't have a fucking clue what she's talking about.
You know that, don't you? It's against the law to go into the opposite sex toilet.
Right, tell us what
It's not against the law.
you believe and tell me why I'm wrong.
Everyone should have their own right to express themselves in the way they feel comfortable with, in the way that feels right to them. Not everyone.
Can you come a bit closer, because
everyone decides.
I'm old, I can't hear.
Yeah, come a bit close. He's got sweeties in his van, you know. Come a bit closer. We can hold hands, and I can take you to my van.
Very well.
Yeah, because you're fucking old.
I know, that's what I just said.
Saying trans women.
Right, can I get this close? Is that okay? I'm not.
Yeah, stay
right.
there.
Okay. Right. Let's go.
Thank you, darling. I just find it. You look amazing, sweetie. You look like a real princess right now. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
I love how.
Right.
You know, the trans flag. Yeah. He's the biggest. He's one of our biggest supporters.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
She. Right, I want to hear what you have to say. Go on.
Anyone should be able to express themselves whichever way they wish.
Right.
And you're in one of the biggest cities, apart from London, in the UK, saying that you think it's funny. Why are you so obsessed with children, what their genitals are, and what they want to be? In the big
He is a little bit obsessed with children.
2026 in Pride.
You're so pissed off about how people.
When they say they're like 50, why aren't you telling them to move on? I can't. He shouldn't be talking to, like, children. What's gonna happen? Like, it's already happened, I think, where a parent has come down being like, you've got my kid on camera, I don't like it. What's gonna happen if a parent sees this and assumes the worst? Like, it's not a good look.
Oh, we know, darling. Thank you.
So I've just been called a pedo now.
You're so pressed about how people are, how they express themselves, who they are as a person, as if it is personally affecting your life. You're acting like fucking people being trans is causing world pollution, ruining the earth. If it doesn't personally affect your life, but it will now because you're going around like this. It will personally affect your life if you are going around fucking being against people expressing who they are. So it will affect you. People are going to be against you. The best way to deal with it is to just ignore people. If you don't agree with them, if you don't agree with their beliefs, who they are, or if you don't like their sexuality, their gender, just leave them alone. It's the best thing to do. But you doing this is disgusting.
Can I come back to you?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, go on.
I believe people can express themselves how they feel, but with one caveat to that. As long as it doesn't adversely affect anybody else.
And so me wanting to be a different gender affects you personally? Are you physically hurt by this?
I've not seen you.
You're a man.
Okay, but there are men.
So if you're born with a willy and you're a man, what if someone's
Hold on.
intersex and they have both
We'll just
genitalia?
say again, sorry.
Wait, she's just said if you're born with a willy, you're a man, but what if someone was born with both genitalia? What are they? What are they? It does. Intersex.
No.
It's intersex. You have
They're old enough to be trans, they're old enough to be on film. I don't quite know how that works. I just think it's inappropriate, him talking to kids and stuff. You want to say that we're, like, trying to brainwash children into becoming trans? Well, is he not doing the opposite? It's just not appropriate. You can argue that it's not some weirdo trans person on the internet's job to teach someone else's kid about like gender and shit? Is it his? Is it his? Well, anyone's technically old enough to be trans, because trans is just living as the other sex to what you are. I personally am against transitioning, like, especially medically. Like, when you're a kid. Apart from in, like, extreme, like, cases, I guess. Well, I don't really know what you're saying, to be honest.
Off the fucking plot. You are going against people for expressing themselves by who they are and who they feel right to be. People have the right to express themselves, and you are purposefully going against them.
Right. No, I explained to you. I think you can express yourself.
Yes, but you are going around saying trans women are men, trans men are women, what trans kids don't exist. What rights don't trans people have? In 64 countries, anyone who is trans or queer can be arrested, and in 12 they can all be killed.
Well, fortunately, that doesn't happen in this country.
It matters.
Okay.
We are saying what rights don't they have, yet in multiple countries, people are being oppressed and fucking killed for being who they are.
I agree, that's wrong. I agree with you on that.
And
yeah, that should not happen.
So joining and oppressing them.
I'll be honest. Steve could get away with kind of focusing the conversation on the UK, but he doesn't. He talks about like stuff that goes on in America all the time. So it is kind of fair enough to bring in other countries, because he does it as well. Like, really the best way is if he kind of focuses on what's happening in his country. But then, like, the trans kids thing is, for the most part, dead in the water here. Like, trans sports, for the most part, is dead in the water here. By the time he came along, a lot of the stuff he objects to has been being, like, pushed back on anyway. He started when the Supreme Court thing happened. By that point, like, you know, sports authorities were banning trans people from trans women from most women's sports, which I agree with, by the way. You know, the puberty blockers ban had been going for a while by then. He's like quite behind the curve, and he uses like American issues to have talking points, because a lot of it just doesn't matter very much in this country now. Like even the education stuff, like Labour have been saying that you don't teach kids like that everyone's got a gender identity, and again I agree with that. I think that's a good thing. You shouldn't be teaching that, because it's just nonsense. Like, what's a gender identity? Like, it's just what you're calling yourself in regards to gender. It doesn't actually mean very much. But he's like, you know, in this sense, and they kind of have a point. Like, you can say that what rights don't trans people have in this country? Well, actually, around the world, quite a few places, you don't have any rights. I'm saying you shouldn't be talking to kids. Yes, I think you should leave kids alone. I don't think that adult trans people should be teaching younger kids, like kids, about being trans and stuff. I don't really think Steve should be engaging with these like people either.
Yeah.
Trans women are men, trans men are women. You are so incorrect.
So can you tell me what a trans woman is?
So you have to think about it as well. He posts this stuff, at least in part, to like humiliate people that come and talk to him. It's just such a bad look. You took away puberty blockers, got trans women out of women's sports and private spaces. What could Steve's objection even be after that? Well, he believes in like a conspiracy. He thinks that it's part of a broader thing to like control people. Which, I mean, it's not that there's no chance that that's the case. It's just that there's an awful lot of other, you know, much more realistic kind of explanations for what's going on. And it's really not evidence. It's not like we know who these people are and stuff like that. I never said trans women weren't men. I don't know, lurk more, maybe you'll understand. Like, I'm trans. I'm not just gonna agree with everything that everyone that fucking hates me says. You know what I mean? Like, I have my own thoughts on this kind of shit. I spent a long time going after like the TRA shit, and I still disagree with a lot of it. But I think there's far worse going on. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of problems on the other side that I'm not just going to ignore. I'm not a sides person. I ain't on no side. That's the point. Yeah, there's no such thing as a transgender child doesn't make sense. You can be trans and a child. The question isn't, are there trans children? The question is, should there be trans children? And in my opinion, no, there shouldn't be. I don't think it's appropriate, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think kids should be deciding at the age of 9 or whatever that they're never having their own kids for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? I don't know, you're just in time. It'll be like a few minutes, I think. It's language control. How so? So is it then language control to tell me that I have to think that trans women are men and refer to them as men? That means it's language control in both directions. So everyone's guilty then. The answer is that people should just be able to conceive of this kind of shit how they like. And legally, trans women aren't women. And I think that's probably the right way. In terms of legally, sex should mean sex. That's fine. But people can still conceive of things. People can still identify as what they want and shit like that. It doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, but we don't need it drilled into us that trans women are men and stuff like that, you know? That's not really necessary.
A trans woman is someone who aligns themselves with the
A male to female woman is a trans woman. It's in the name.
someone who is a woman aligns with the like social norm of being a woman, going by she, her, all that. And a man, exactly. Someone who is a man goes along with the pronouns he, him.
Okay.
Just show themselves a man and feel comfortable to be known as a man.
So what is a woman? Are you a woman?
I was born a woman, but I go by he, him. I am a man.
You are a man. Okay, so are you?
I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I get.
Okay, so you're telling me you're a man?
Yeah, I believe. I know I will never be a man.
Yes.
However,
You are brainwashed, love.
It's like, that's helpful, isn't it? That's helpful, isn't it? Like, someone like this, you can never tell if they're, like, actually trans, or they're just kind of fucking with him. You can never tell.
I've seen your teeth, mate. Thinking
God bless you. God bless you. Never mind them.
God bless you too.
Arguing with children.
God bless you. Leave the girls alone. Don't argue with women.
What makes you a man?
I go by the social norms of being a man.
He identifies as a man.
So what are the social norms of being a man?
Being going by he, him.
So you've changed your pronouns. Anything else?
You change your pronouns to go by the gender you feel is correct. To what you feel right way.
So are you telling me that being a man is a feeling?
Yeah, it's a feeling of just like who you are.
They're saying some like really dumb stuff, but am I gonna really sit here and like debate bro a couple of fucking 15-year-olds? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. It's just optically it's a fucking nightmare. Like, what is he doing? The ultimate point really is that if gender critical or TERF or whatever is full of idiots like Steve and Taylor and that, we're just gonna keep swinging back and forward. Because one side is going to be seen as, like, delusional, and the other side is seen as, like, cruel as fuck, which some of them are, let's be real. Like, that Taylor woman, like, she's, like, genuinely nasty in the way that she engages and stuff like this. And Steve is, like, a bit less so. But you see the way he acts when there's no one around to try and convince that he's not a transphobe, you know what I mean? It's just going to keep swinging back and forth between extremes. Like, I want to see more moderation on both sides. Like, the extreme shit is a huge problem on both sides. And so I'm always going to call it out on both sides. It's kind of that simple, really.
Okay. Is whatever you want. If
right.
You want to dress up in a frilly skirt and a crop top, like I think you do at home, with your well-mannered...
So a man can't technically or biologically become a woman. A man can become a woman in someone else's perception if that's what they see. That's what transitioning gender and not sex means, you know what I mean? It doesn't, it means the way people see you and perceive you is a woman, not a man. You can't actually physically change sex, but people can see you as the other sex, and in their reality, that's what you are. That's the point of, like, being transsexual, certainly. That's what someone like me was going for. I knew I wasn't a real woman, you know what I mean? I never got to a headspace where I'm like, no, I'm actually female at a certain point. I've actually become female now. It wasn't like that. And like, again, if we have a slightly more reasonable approach, I think hopefully we could land somewhere in the middle where it's like sensible. But that takes both sides to do. There's no point in just giving away everything. Like, you have to be able to criticize your own side whilst also not just giving everything away. oh no, you're all right. You know, I'll just live my life as a man now. Well, I don't want to, you know?
So,
You can
okay,
do that.
so
I'll say a prayer for you.
let's use your logic, right? So, if I said all of a sudden said I feel like a woman, could I be a woman?
Yes.
Really?
You'd be supported by millions.
But please stop saying stuff like that. Please stop saying stuff like that. You don't just become a woman because you identify as one. If you become a woman in the eyes of some, it's because you put effort in and because you transition gender. Transitioning gender isn't done by identifying. It's by socially transitioning, it's by changing the way you look. It's about, like, mimicry, ultimately, which people seem to think is offensive. I don't think it has to be. I don't think it has to be. You know, you're not actually defining womanhood by stereotypes. You just want to be perceived as that. And, like, stereotypes are gonna be how you cross that divide, ultimately. Because that's what gender is. You know, you think about, like, Judith Butler or whatever. That is, like, a performance by, you know, a whole group of people en masse. You join a different performance, that kind of thing, you know. That's what it is to transition gender. You don't transition sex. But you don't just identify either. To say, oh, I identify as, therefore I... Like, that doesn't make any sense. So that's what I mean. There's issues on both sides.
Right. You doing this is just not fair.
Okay, but would that actually make me a woman?
You will be seen as a woman by millions.
Thank you. Amen to that.
Right. Would it be all right? Would it be all right then for me to go into your changing rooms with you? Because you didn't want me to get this.
This is wishful thinking. That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke. That's a joke. Oh shit. Okay, we're fine.
Close here.
I don't go into the men's bathroom.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I'm now a woman, would it be okay for me to go in the changing rooms with you?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go.
Would it be? No, I'm saying, is that okay?
Go into the women's bathrooms right now. Go on.
Can I say
Yeah.
something?
Go on.
This is one thing that is quite controversial, but I have a very strong belief in.
Yeah, someone just identifying as something else doesn't make them trans, in my opinion. Like, to be trans to me is living as the other sex. You'd at least be changing your name and making some kind of effort to be seen as the other sex. That's kind of my benchmark. If you just decide that you're a woman now, and that's the sum total of your transition, then that's not trans, and you're not trans. You could maybe say you're non-binary, that's fine. Non-binary and trans should be separate things. Non-binary is about identifying out of your sex or whatever. Genderqueer, that kind of thing. That can all be on one side, and then trans can be from one to another, in as much as you can. Like, it could all make sense if we actually used our brains, but we want it to just be so. We want it to be, like, innate, and it's not innate. Being trans is not innate. Like, my gender identity isn't what I've always been and shit. Like, there's a lot of work on both sides, ultimately. And, like, again, like, how hard can you go on kids that are just hearing this from people my age and shit? That have been pushing this shit. Like, older trans women that insist they were always female, it just took them a long time to realise. It's all nonsense. How do these kids have a fucking chance when we're teaching them that kind of shit?
Even though
But, like, this fucking pillock with his fucking billboard, and he ain't the one to help them out of it. Because maybe it is better for these people to live as the other sex. Maybe that is going to make them more happy. This fucking person's never going to, like, help with that. Like, they just need, like, a more realistic perspective. They don't need to be converted back the way that fucking Taylor woman presumably wants them to, you know? We can all be girls together and that shit. 40-year-old woman to a pair of fucking teenagers.
the fact that I am trans, I believe that if you are a biological woman, you
Yeah, when it comes to gender non-conforming, like, boys are, like, shamed for not going along with, like, what most boys are supposed to be doing. That kind of thing is where I agree with, like, the kind of gender criticals that are more about, like, gender abolition. I think gender is inevitable. It's never going to completely go away. I think where it's harmful and where you're, like, shaming kids for just wanting to do their own thing and stuff like that, that kind of thing does need to go for sure. And you are going to push more people towards transitioning if you do that. Captured and ruined as a concept. Well, it's... I don't know, man. There's never really been that much of a consensus because there's lots of trans people that feel the way I do.
If you're available to come back in the man's toilet.
Right, okay.
You go in the
Are you a transphobe then?
No.
You are? Why can't that man go in the toilets?
It's my view. It's my view.
Well, that's transphobic.
No,
You've just shown yourself to be transphobic.
No.
You said,
I actually hate when he does this shit as well. Like, oh, now you're the trans. Like, this is fucking lame. This is fucking lame. Just tell him she's right. Tell him she's right. Yeah, I agree with you. There's some common ground there, but no, you turn it on its head. Oh, well, now you're the trans. Like, shut up, bro. Shut up.
men who think they're women.
Also, watch behind Steve. It's gonna kick off in just a sec.
Can't go in women's toilets.
That is my personal view. If people
That's a transphobic view. Where's my hat gone?
He's off like a fucking rocket.
You motherfucker! Trying to nick my fucking stuff, eh? Yeah?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fucking theft. You thought an old man could. You thought an old man couldn't catch you, didn't you? Where's my camera? Yeah?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah? You fucking sorry?
I was dead. I'm sorry.
What you done?
So it's hard.
Nicked his hat.
Well, apologise. I'm sorry.
You fucking lucky. I'm going to walk away. No, I'm not going to shake your hand. You thought you were clever until you got caught.
I think he was.
Yeah? I could get the police on you now. Yeah? Alright?
I apologise.
Yeah?
Are you good though?
I'm good. I'm going to leave it.
No, you can't be doing that.
I could get the police and have you banged up for that. Alright? You understand that? Yeah?
Go shake hands.
I'm not going to shake your hand at all because of what you did, alright? Yeah? You're smirking anyway, you think you're clever. But I'm going to let it go, alright? You do not do that again, alright?
Yeah? Go. I don't Anyway,
Yeah?
take care.
Thought you were fucking clever. Do not fucking do it again.
It's done now. Leave
Yeah,
it alone.
alright, we're done. Alright, he's got to go.
Walk away.
Mate, just don't touch me, please, alright?
It's done now.
I know, alright, don't touch me.
on camera.
This is between me and him. I'm not going to call the police on him.
Kid.
Yeah?
Fake.
Well, this is a lesson that he's learning, right? And it's a lesson he's learning. Right, anyway.
Well done.
Right.
Well,
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Thank you. Trying to outrun an old man. Thought he was clever. Thank you.
That's better than well, listen. Twink death is a thing. This kid looks what? How old do we reckon? Can't be more than like 19. Twink death is a thing. He's only got so long left, you know.
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Thank you. Trying to outrun an old man.
Would the police do anything? Potentially, if he filed a complaint. You know, you're not supposed to take someone's shit. You're not supposed to grab someone's hat off their head. I think that's technically assault as well as theft. Like he's pressed charges before, and the police have like taken people away on his account.
Thought he was clever. Thank you.
Just some little shit took your hat.
Yeah.
It's healthy. I love your work.
Thank you, mate. All right. Right. Thank you for keeping those boards, yeah?
Oh, this bloke in the hat is a right fucking sycophant, by the way.
Yeah.
Have a quick selfie.
Yeah, quickly.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers. You too. You too. Right. Well, they think that they're young and they can fucking outrun this old man. It's not going to happen.
I said to a few of them, I said, don't worry about Steve.
It's your fault doing it. It's a thing.
Yeah.
This guy's actually kind of based.
You do this and you want people to educate. And
They are pissing people off in the street, and they know that's what they're doing. Ultimately, that is true.
fucking do it.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't mean you should nick his hat. Doesn't mean you should be violent or like vandalize their shit or whatever. But there's a part to which it's happening because these people are doing what they're doing, and they know that it's going to piss people off. That's why I won't be surprised if this isn't going to last forever. There might end up being some kind of law against this kind of shit. And I'm down with like free speech and stuff like that. but it's like disruptive, you know. I kind of see both sides of it.
It's your fault.
Let's put that down.
No, it's your fault.
Skirt, then I'm asking to be raped.
You want people to do it.
You're saying.
What the fuck is she saying? What the fuck are you saying?
Put that down.
No, it's your fault.
Skirt, then I'm asking to be raped.
It's not really comparable, is it? He got his hat nicked. Didn't get fucking battered. I think this guy would have a rather different, like, response if the kid, like, punched Steve in the face or something. It wouldn't really be about, oh, you brought it on yourself. It'd be about, you can't fucking punch people. He nicked his hat. He didn't get fucking raped.
Do it.
You're saying
I try to do it.
Right, funds over.
You know, I think we need to ban more people from being allowed to do analogies. Most people just can't do analogies. I think that's what the problem is.
Guys, fun's over. Call him.
No, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah. Right.
if we get assaulted,
It's all right.
fault.
No, you want people to do this and you get that shit. It's your fault for doing all this.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you want
So if I wear
you want to do it for a reason.
Yeah.
To get all having a go at you.
You know that about
You're both a pair of wankers.
You know that
Go
about
on, fuck off.
You know that about 90% of the people in this country agree with us.
90% of people in the country agree with Taylor and Steve. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Don't know about that one.
You do it to aggravate people now.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Right.
Did you know 80% of statistics people cite, they just make up on the spot? Now you're going to have to work out whether I just made that up on the spot.
That is not what it is.
I do fuck all.
Yeah.
Getting out, fuck off. Basically,
Mate,
you're a wanker.
okay.
Calm down.
Right.
I would consider like reaching out to Steve. I'm not going to like meet up with him IRL, because then people might know where I live and stuff. But like I'd wanna hold his feet to the fire on some stuff. And I wouldn't want to be bullshitted, you know. He's saying fuck around and find out. Well, yeah, they're pissing people off in the street and someone nicked his hat because of it. There is an element of this being true. You can accept that. You know, you can accept that whilst not saying, well, therefore you deserve to get your hat nicked. He's not even necessarily saying that.
You need to calm
And what? We're going to get slow this shit. Fuck off, pair of you. You're both pair of wankers.
Are you on drugs? Like, Jesus Christ, man. She's vile. This person is vile.
You need to calm down.
Well, that's fine. You can be pissed off.
Oh, you believing trans kids are real then?
I don't give a shit about all that shit. I don't care.
Why are you here then?
Base as fuck.
I care about is people out like
I
you.
think his girlfriend's got a willy and he feels a bit bad about it.
But yeah, this is gonna help, isn't it? Wow, amazing. Amazing.
Right, let's go. Come on, we're gonna go. Mate, it's a woman. Leave her alone.
It's a woman, leave. Bro. Equal rights is equal fights. I know she's not a feminist, so she thinks that she can just mouth off at people and expect men to step in and protect her. But if you don't want someone to come up to you and question you on something you just said, why not just fucking not chat shit? He ain't gonna talk to me. I bet he wouldn't. Like, listen. I don't know, but I have a feeling a lot of these people, they wouldn't talk to someone that actually would challenge them. I haven't reached out to him, so I don't know for sure. I need to check my Instagram. I reached out to that Elliot Buick guy who hosted Connie Shaw that one time to see if she's looking to have like conversations with trans people that aren't just her being a dickhead at protests. I haven't checked yet. I've been really busy, to be honest. A lot going on at the moment.
Mate,
I've got 3 kids, so I'll fuck off.
Wait, is Tama actually going to resign? It's a shame. I don't think he was that bad. I'm just looking this up. Oh wow, Jesus. I think it's a shame. Listen, I don't honestly know what's so awful about him. Oh, growing signs he'll resign, so we don't actually know yet. I don't know. I think it's a shame, but whoever comes in next, hopefully they pull things around. I don't think he's been bad. I don't think he's been that bad, no.
Mate, that's a woman. That's a woman that you're showing.
Well,
Just
I'll
leave
tell
her
you,
alone.
I got 3 kids. I'm a man on my own. So do not.
Oh, I reached out to King Critical. He's in my chat right now. We message now and then. I think he was bad, but replacing him is always bad. See, I don't know, is it just me, or do you want people that are boring? Like, why do we want politicians to be, like, visible and, like, crazy and, like, attention-seeking and stuff? I'd rather we had people that are boring. Like, between all the shit with, like, Boris Johnson and, like, fucking Liz Truss and all the shit in America right now, maybe boring is kind of what we need. And, like, there's a lot of people that are just never gonna like him because they're, like, fucking far right and they want to fucking kick millions of people out of the country and completely wreck the economy, you know? It's just a mood right now. I don't know if there's anything they can do. And the problem is, like, both sides are getting brought in by, like, populist pricks on both sides. Like, the Green Party to me ain't much better than, like, Restore or Reform or whatever.
Don't disrespect me at all.
Well, you don't disrespect me
Otherwise,
as well.
Calm the fuck down.
He's, like, pissing his pants.
It's a woman that you're showing.
Well,
Just
I'll
leave
tell
her
you,
alone.
I got 3 kids. I'm a man on my own. So do not disrespect me at all.
Well, you don't disrespect me
Otherwise,
as well.
Dude, your mate said that his girlfriend's got a willy. What did he fucking say? What did he do?
calm the fuck down. Yeah, and you can fuck off as well.
You said that 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Calm down.
But I've got a willy, have I?
Only I didn't swear.
The pricks, but all of you.
He is correct. They are pricks.
When the cameras on.
Let's leave him. Let's leave him. Yeah.
Cameras are all over me.
Right, let's go. Let's go.
So what's the
Let's go. I had to do a takedown of him as well. Have you got it on camera?
Yeah, we've all got it.
Did you get the takedown?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, fuck. They tried taking the board or something.
Right, okay. Thank you for that, mate. I really do appreciate that. Yeah. Cheers, Taylor. I'll take that. Appreciate you looking after the boards, mate. I do. This gentleman to my right, who looked after my boards for me, managed to catch the hat snatcher at a slightly different angle, so I'm going to show you that now.
No, you can't.
So here we have our hat snatcher. He's just casually observing with what I presume is a...
Oh!
And you pipe and smoke it.
Well,
Yes, listen to this.
there we go. I've got it.
A big thank you for looking after my boards and for
Yeah, later on, this bloke is like, oh, I've always got your back, Steve. I've always got your back. Like, oh my god, bro, sycophant.
giving me permission to use the footage. This man's got a YouTube channel called The Looking Glass.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
He was pretty fast, I'll give him that.
Like, pretty much every person around here probably has a YouTube channel.
Like a whippet then, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't going to stop. I'm limping a little bit now because I hurt my leg when I took him down. Yeah.
You grabbed your boards.
He says he took him down. Hang on. We're at 16:59, so that's 17 minutes. He said he took him down. Did he take him down? Did he take him down? I'm not sure about this. I think it's possible he knew the camera was not showing anything until he moved it. What makes the camera go down? I think that's important as well. We're doing schizo analysis, fuck it. Yeah, it drops down anyway, so maybe you didn't know it was pointing down.
You motherfucker!
I just don't get the impression that he, like, pulled him down. The Looking Glass was in prison recently. sentence. He was at a riot. Aaron Johnson? Oh, of course, they're all fucking people like this, aren't they? Is Aaron Johnson that guy? Is that the one? Trigger warning, crimes committed by white people. Is that him? Sorry. That would have made more sense if the thing was visible. So this guy here looks like him. Attacked numerous shops and climbed up scaffolding. Oh no, this is someone else. And then this guy is sorry, bear with me. This might crash my computer actually. This might kill my stream. Racist rant, misinformation. Shit. Yeah, I mean, Steve doesn't stand on business. I think he sort of plays the apolitical thing because he has followers that are more kind of like the Gen Spec kind. They're not really like far right types. But I reckon he's very much on board with all that shit. Used to go to all the Palestine marches with Charlie Veach. Wow. Sounds like a right piece of shit. I'm not surprised he's sucking Steve's cock in that case. I'm not convinced he took anyone down. It just seems like he grabbed him. Like, where does he go down to the floor?
You motherfucker! Trying to nick my fucking stuff, eh? Yeah?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fucking theft. You thought an old man couldn't catch you, didn't you? Where's my camera? Yeah?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
They're all stood up by the end. I suppose his hat fell off. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think he's playing this up a bit, but I can't really confirm a huge amount.
Carry on, I've got my hat back. Do you want to take a picture of it? Or?
Yeah, sure.
That's the best one to go for on YouTube, really.
Hey kids, check out my YouTube.
When did you start identifying as being a boy?
I've always identified as a man since I grew up with brothers. I've always been treated like a boy.
There you go. Well, there you go. That's a common theme. Yeah, of course, mate, yeah. Cheers. So I'm limping a little bit now after that takedown. I don't know what happened. I had new shoes as well. They've all been scraped.
Yeah.
Yes.
For fuck's sake, this is everything wrong with society.
Is it? Well, what's right with society? Come on.
I respect for that, you've got to sit back.
Thank you, mate, thank you.
For something like this, not even willing to have like a conversation that's open.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And this as your actual statement. It's not even like willing to have this open.
Okay, so
you're not even thinking about the mental health of other people who might be walking by, seeing that statement as just a blank statement like that. You're not encouraging a conversation. You're making a statement that can impact other people's mental health, regardless of how you might feel about it. That's not Britishness. That's not what British actually means. Being British means having respect for other people.
I mean, I will say, like, what it means to be British is like very it means very different things to different people. This guy talks a lot about like British values. I guess I kind of agree in the sense that it's a multicultural place and you are kind of expected to be open-minded and tolerant of other people. It's an odd talking point, I guess.
Tolerance, being open and understanding different people that might disagree with you. Having a statement like this as a placard in the middle of Piccadilly.
Yeah, pop psychology. I mean, that's what they do. You just hear the first thing and then you just run with it. Okay, it must be that.
Central isn't necessarily opening a discussion. It's a form of expressing your opinion in a closed way that doesn't encourage debate.
I get that.
Like, he's had a fair amount of people, I think, criticize him for what it says on his boards. That it's often very strong statements. There is definitely some truth to this, and he's never really learned from it. But then, I think he knows that if he softened the statements and made it more open, and like more about having a conversation than you telling someone else, nah, it's like this, then he probably wouldn't get as many people. Like, riling people up is part of the point, ultimately. So if he's as good faith as he pretends, then he would kind of agree with this guy. But, you know, I don't personally think he is.
Get that point of view. I've been criticised for that before. I have.
A blank statement.
Yeah, so why is it that you haven't taken that on board? It's because you know that this shit riles people up more. Because you're trying to piss people off. That's how you get them to come over. That and fucking lunatics that just got kicked out of Spoons that just want to fucking scream about fuck the trannies and shit, you know.
Saying trans women are men is a blanket statement that doesn't encourage open conversation.
Okay, well, it's encouraged a conversation between us two now. It started...
Well, we're having a conversation.
A dialogue, hasn't it? Yeah.
A dialogue and a conversation aren't the same thing. A conversation is a kind of dialogue.
What I'm saying is it's against British values because you're doing it in a way that's confrontational, not open for discussion, and not demonstrating respect for other people that disagree with you.
Okay. I don't have to respect other people's views.
British values, though.
I don't have to respect it,
so at least
but I respect their right to have it.
Values, then. That's my argument. You're not demonstrating British values because British values is about having tolerance and respect for other people that don't agree with you.
Is standing up for harms in the world a British value?
My opinion is...
Please answer that question. Is standing up for harms in the world a British value?
Standing up for harms in a way that respects other people that don't disagree with you and it encourages an open and honest discussion and debate without it being deficit, stigmatising or impacting people's mental health. That's Britishness.
What I'm doing is spreading awareness.
Well, I mean, saying to accept trans women or another type of men doesn't really deal with, like, gender dysphoria. It doesn't really deal with you being a man is a problem in the first place, you know?
The harms of this ideology. We haven't even gone to that. You're talking about the harms to somebody's mental health about this. Do you want to get into the harms that this ideology causes and why I'm doing this? Because that's where you're at.
My argument is that you can engage in a conversation around the harms that this ideology might have.
Right, there you go.
You might be right. You can engage in the harms that this ideology might have.
Child who's transgender.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've even interviewed them. Not sure. I've interviewed.
All I'm saying is,
I get your point.
A way to frame it.
To let you know, letting men go in women's toilets isn't British values.
That's not what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying
that's
is
what this ideology is.
It's a tricky one to argue, isn't it? Like, what are British values? You'd get 100 different answers from 100 different people. I do agree with him, though. There's issues with the way that Steve goes about this. Sorry, but the problem is he's doing what gets views, which is pissing people off and causing a scuffle.
Transgender people. Okay,
I'm saying I disagree.
Let me just have this conversation.
And do you know what? People like you have made.
Yeah, Britishness is very nebulous. I will say, in general, you know, the country is diverse. There is an expectation that you kind of accept that, even if you personally don't like this, that, or the other people. Like, you still have to get along. I can see an argument for that being, like, a British value for sure.
His life absolute hell.
Right.
You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm not out here on the streets saying with.
Can you just let us have the conversation, please, guys?
Go on. Was born female.
Right.
Why? For supporting my child.
Yeah, this is helpful, isn't it? This is the other thing. He doesn't seem very bothered. It's not like he has security around. He doesn't seem very bothered that he is gonna get people to start getting shitty with each other. I don't think anyone has ever, like, gotten so into it with someone else over this that there's been, like, an assault or something. But you don't know that it would never happen, especially the kind of fucking drunks you see wandering around, and you'll see more of that later.
You showed own child.
Right. Okay, please tell me a story. I don't want to argue. I want to listen to you.
I'm not going to argue, but there's enough.
Listen, if that's a British value, thinking beans on toast an acceptable meal, then I ain't fucking British.
So my son was born female.
Right.
To be fair, I cook. I never make British food. I never make British food.
My son was always very different. I brought up 4 other girls, right? He was always very different.
Wait, hang on. So, trans man has brothers. Oh, you're a trans man because you got brothers. Now we got a trans man who had sisters. So what is it this time?
The hell he still goes through at 22 years old of age is awful. Absolutely awful.
I think he's a bit like a sidekick, isn't he? You know, you get those sidekicks, they just kind of... There'll be a crowd, they throw out ideas. They're just waiting till they throw something out that resonates with someone. And then they pick up on it and they, you know, that's what they grab onto. It's a bit like that. It's hackery. It's hackery. Isn't having a go at that guy for waving his hand like as a woman. Oh yeah, true.
But I don't stand there telling everybody that every child should be trans.
Yeah, it's all right when it's someone he's arguing with. When it's his mate Taylor or something, suddenly it's not. But he pissed his pants though.
Gender or anything like that, because I don't actually believe that. What I believe is we're all individuals. You're an individual, but I think this is wrong, standing out here to this. What you're doing is you're inciting all these other idiots. You might be a very intelligent man, but you are inciting other idiots to actually then...
I know the sidekick is Taylor, but we haven't seen her for a while. She'll be back more later, and I might watch more of her videos. It depends what time. I don't want to be on like super long today, if possible.
Go off and abuse other people. I have friends who are transgender of all different ages, and I am so proud of them that in this day and age that they can still come out and be proud of who they are, and they have to fight for everything. They get abused daily.
Are these men?
No, I've got a daughter, a son who was born a daughter, right? He is now a son, has lived as a boy since he was 11 years old. Okay? I have friends who are male who identify as female, and I tell you what, I actually feel safer with them than a lot of the heterosexual men. I really do. So honestly, fair play for you to have a voice, but actually what you're doing is you are inciting people to get very upset. I'm very upset by this because it makes me want to protect my son even more.
So how far along the transition process is your sibling?
Do you know what? He's happy in his body.
Yeah, it's team sports, isn't it? When his mate Taylor gets started on because she mouthed off, that's bad. You know, it's team sports. That's why I get shit when I make fun of people like Connie Shaw. Because it's team sports. People are like, oh, you're not on the side I thought you were. Well, no, I'm not on anyone's fucking side. I just say what I think.
He has kept his own body. So when you say transgender, what you actually are thinking is people who get transitioned. He hasn't. He still has the female bit. But I tell you what, he identifies as male and he is happy as living as male.
So what actually makes him a male then?
Because of his attitude. What you are doing is you're mixing up sexuality and people's sexuality and their gender.
It's not like she's saying a huge, like some of it is a bit much, but like if her kid like tries hard enough and is known as male by a bunch of people, then that's kind of what you want, like fair dues, you know. I don't care about that kind of thing. What was the general response to my Connie video? Plenty of people seem to see where I was coming from. There were definitely quite a few people that I think were confused at me not batting for the same team as what they thought I did. Even though I've actually done quite a lot of videos criticizing the gender critical side, especially more recently. But in the last, it's going on for a year now, I've started to become a lot more critical because it's what happens, you know, you consume more of this stuff. Like I started out quite ignorant of it, and you kind of see stuff that makes sense and you kind of latch onto it. I think some people then just start accepting everything that comes to them. But to me, it's like I start seeing some of the more crazy shit and I'm like, well, that's not really what I'm in with. That's not what I'm down for, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I wish it got more views, but I probably say that about everything, so. I'm still proud. I think it's one of my best videos so far.
Gender. Just because somebody decides that they're not happy in their own body and they would like to identify as another gender does not mean to say they are a threat to anybody. Okay. Or that they want to transition.
So what you're kind of describing is that
you're just going to become a sound piece.
I know.
We're actually having a pretty rational conversation. No, I appreciate the conversation. I really do. I want to understand. So.
By the way, I do not give any of you right to publish this anywhere, and I will get you sued if you do.
Okay.
All right.
Can we?
It's more about protecting.
Like Muslims are tolerant, well, like all of them. I'm sure plenty of Muslims are very tolerant people, and some of them aren't very tolerant people. Just like plenty of British people are tolerant people, and then some British people aren't tolerant people. Which is why we've got a whole movement for deporting millions of people right now, even though that would completely fuck our economy. Like, you're generalizing like really hardcore, man. I don't know what the need for that is. Like, we don't need to generalize. We need to understand that people are fucking people. You know, you belong to whichever group. You're still your own person, you know? Dude, there are Muslim people that live in amongst gays and Jews and Sikhs and all sorts in my country, and most of them get on fine. It's the small minority that get in on the radical shit and do things that they shouldn't. That's what the problem is. But the problem is, like, all the like Western interventions in the Middle East and stuff, that just makes it worse. All the stuff with Israel, it just makes it worse. But you can't say that's like the average person. I don't think that's fair.
My child. I am in public.
Can we just carry on having a conversation?
I am speaking to him. I'm not speaking to you. But it just goes to show, doesn't it, the mentality?
So
I would happily talk to you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Phil Sax Machine. I've got videos of him, like, he was on Twitter. He told this story about how he didn't want to wear a mask driving a fire engine, so he refused to go on a call out, and then eventually had like a psych evaluation and was what was it? He was told, I can't remember what it was. He ended up forfeiting his pension, which he would have got if he'd just stuck it out another couple of years and just fucking wore the fucking mask. There's like a video from a few years ago before he was well known. I'll see if I can find it. I've shown it a few times, I think, on stream. It might be in my Steve video as well, but that's from a few months ago by now.
Can we ignore these? Can we ignore these?
Oh, thank you, Alistair. You think with a lot of big political YouTubers going off the rails, the monetary incentive might be a factor? Maybe. It's hard to tell. People get into echo chambers, and some people grift towards them, and some people, you know, get swept up along it, and it's hard to tell who's who sometimes. The problem is, like, that's what sells, especially on the right. Like, the lefty stuff is very, like, insular, and you'll get something of an audience, but it's a very specific, like, area. And someone like me, like most fucking lefties on YouTube, wouldn't fucking touch me with a barge pole. So, like, the money is in grifting to the right, but I don't want to do that because I'm not a right-winger. I don't know, does that answer? I don't know if that made much sense, but it's a very complicated thing, you know.
What you're doing is you're inciting me.
I'm not trying to excite them. I'm not trying to excite them. I didn't ask them to come here. They just surrounded me. Yeah.
How did the group is, haven't you?
So how many children have you got altogether?
5.
5. Okay. And what were they?
5 more kids than fucking Steve's ever raised. That's for sure.
They born as?
All were born as girls.
All was born as girls. Okay, right. And you've got the youngest now identifies as a male.
As a male.
Yeah. So
does that mean he's any less of a person than the others?
No, I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm just concerned about the harms. So,
what are you concerned about? Because if you haven't got anybody affected by it, why are you worried about it? Why are you out here today trying to get
doing a good job, mate. You keep.
Thank you, mate. More than anything, I believe the truth matters more than anything else.
So what's the truth if you don't know anybody?
Yeah, there's always this thing about like the truth. The truth matters. There's just objective truth. And then people that see it and people that don't. It's not quite like that. Like, the world is way more subjective than we think. Like, we only really have our own, like, human understanding. And everyone has their own reality, ultimately.
If you've never, you and I have the privilege, right, that we have been born with a body that we identify with. Can you imagine the trauma that somebody goes through? Because a child doesn't know any difference, okay? And I don't agree, I'll be honest with you, I don't agree with people then going off and allowing very small children to transition and things like that. I didn't. My child begged me to have have her breast removed. And I said no.
Good.
And I stuck by it, and he hated me.
Good.
But he still identifies as male. And when you see a child, your child, putting a binder on, if you've ever seen that, it breaks your heart. Because I can't. I blamed myself. I thought something, had I done something that my child, because I couldn't fix it. As a parent, you want to fix things for your child.
I hope it's clear. This kind of thing is why I hate when people just kind of blanket label parents of trans kids as like abusers. It's really not that simple. They're all just trying to do the best by their kid. That goes for the ones that don't really believe in trans and think it's going to be bad for their kids, so they don't let them. And that goes for the ones that affirm it, because like some of these kids, they're very difficult over it. And they seem to be in genuine distress. Like, I hope it's, you know, like that is something that I think needs to change. Is like calling these people abusers like blanket.
Child, and their gender is something you cannot fix.
Well,
but it doesn't make him any less of a person.
Yeah, do you know what? I went over to Washington DC to the Detransitioners Awareness Conference. Okay, that was just a few months ago. I think it was March this year. It was run by an organisation called GenSpect. All right, and they, thankfully, you've not allowed your child to go down this transition period process. And GenSpect, they look at a non-medicalised approach to gender distress. All right, because they've seen the harms that the transition does.
That is a fit. Jesus Christ. These leggings make her look like her bottom half is fucking Shrek or something. I don't know about these, man. Green tights, don't know about that. Person is like my mum, very anti-medicalisation. Yeah, fair enough. Like, yeah, it's difficult. The parents are put in a really difficult position. And like you've got the kid and like doctors and stuff pulling you one direction. You've got other people pulling you another direction. Like, I think it's important not to shame them any which way.
Approach to gender distress, all right, because they've seen the harms that the transition does, all right. And I spoke to loads of young people, just like your child, that believed exactly what your child believes, and then years later they realised it was wrong.
If my child, and he still is a child to me, he's 22, he's an adult, he can make his own decision.
Oh, 22 now.
He's now 22, right? So I've seen some of his friends transition, detransition, whatever, but he is still my son, and at the end of the day, if he turned around to me
it makes a difference as well. Like, the kids making these like decisions about medicalising now that they're older, you know.
Tomorrow and said, Mum, do you know what? I want to live as a female now again. I would be like, fine, whatever makes you happy. I would not be happy if he felt it was because people like you had made him feel less than he is, okay? So I think maybe what you should be saying is your narrative is different, isn't it? It's not that you're against people, you're against people who are transitioning before they're ready psychologically. And that's
no, it's not just that.
That's a different argument.
Yeah, I mean, that is one argument, but it's not just that. My main concern is about the truth matters, but also
whose truth?
Over familiar. He does that in general. He tries to flatter people and like he does the over familiar thing. I think maybe it resonates with some people. Like to someone like me, that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Your truth.
Well, no.
Think about all the people who their truth is very different. Anyway, lovely.
Listen, it was good chatting. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your time, because I don't want to antagonise. I want to understand.
No, I know.
You know, and I do have these conversations with people.
But at the same time, as a parent, if you've ever seen your child go through that, you would support them, whatever. Ever. So.
All right. Okay. That was you know, she's struggling, that woman. You know, yeah. She's got a young.
Look how empathetic he is. Oh, she's really struggling. She's struggling with you, bro. She doesn't like you. She feels like trans people are being picked on, and you're an example of that.
Young daughter is now 22.
Oh, the one you just spoke to?
Yeah.
What got you to protest about this? Is it
More than anything, I do this because I believe in the truth and the truth matters. Yeah, because we can't have a functioning society without truth, without universal truth.
Yeah, but what got you to like...
Yeah, he's overestimating how much universal truth there actually is, in my opinion. There's kind of a broad understanding, which is what science is. But that's what we're able to figure out. Like there's no you don't just have the truth on a platter and it's for people to accept or not, you know.
Come out here and like spread it out, like.
Well, I told you, it came into my workplace. I saw it in there. I saw the harms of it, and then the more research I did.
Wasn't it his fault? Didn't he like? There was something about being able to identify as other genders in his like fire unit. In the fire service. Wasn't he the one that decided to like identify as something else on a form for a joke? And then they started bringing in like posters and stuff because someone on their team was like identifying as like non-binary or whatever. I can't remember where that's from, but I'm sure that was the case. I'm sure he said this in an interview that he did this and it backfired.
The more I saw the harms that he caused. All right, Taylor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the woman with the coloured hair. Or the...
Would you say that my mother is a stupid woman with a fucked up son? Would you say that? It's okay if you would. Like, I'm not saying that because I'm trying to trap you or anything. Because bear in mind, you don't know anything about that woman's like kid. And like what their actual, how they actually conceive their own trans identity or whatever. You don't actually know anything about the person beyond what she said.
I was thinking, what the fuck?
I'll speak to you in a second, yeah? Are you okay?
Yeah, I can't take my eyes off the girl's wig, but other than that...
Bro, isn't it rude? Isn't it a bit rude to point out someone's wearing a wig? You shouldn't fucking get, like, this woman is a problem.
She's got like no...
I wouldn't have known.
Don't worry leaving. Okay, because you're a pussy-o. I got it. You say something and run away. Your insanity means that men will and do harm women. What have I done that has meant that men have harmed women? Keep men out of women's spaces. I don't know about anyone else. I don't actually use women's spaces, like, ever. Call me a troll or whatever you feel like you need to. No, I called you a pussy, not a troll. There is only one truth. Okay, good luck with that, bro.
No, I'm a man, I wouldn't have known that.
You can marry it if you want.
She's got no morals.
Oh, right.
Morals?
Yeah.
I missed the conversation.
This is so fucking beta. Say it to her face, fucking retard.
You can marry it if you want.
She's got no morals.
What is this? Talking loudly about someone right in front of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I missed the conversation.
I've got no morals.
You just said anyone can do whatever they want, whenever they want, and you don't care.
No, what we can do, guess what?
And that a 9-year-old girl can get a tattoo.
Naked. She could walk down the street naked because guess what? It's her who's going to be...
How do we know this person's not just a libertarian?
All tattoos are reversed.
I don't agree with libertarianism, I guess, but like, I don't know. Like, it's like heckin' base concluder shit. She was a Vorsch fan in a previous life, I don't know. I'm a woman dumb fuck. Yes, I can totally tell from your name and from writing words. I can totally tell what sex you are. Also, I don't believe you. Proof or I don't believe you. Show me your chromosomes. Can I see your chromosomes? Otherwise, I won't believe you. I'll send me a message. TheMaryChew1669 on Discord. I'll give you some way you can provide like a sex test where you've got your chromosomes, and then I'll believe you're a woman. Is that fair? Is that fair?
It's not going to be anybody else.
What's reversed?
I'm sure you can get tattoos removed. They can be reversed.
Like, this is like no 9-year-olds shouldn't have tattoos, bro. Come on. These people do say some cracked out shit. She's gonna say something interesting though.
Laser surgery, yeah.
Actually, more reversible than puberty blockers. You're correct there. Yeah, you're right.
So what?
The puberty block.
That really depends. You don't just use a puberty blocker once and then it's irreversibly changed, you know? It's a bit more to it than that.
Because are far worse than getting a tattoo. I'd rather my teenage daughter get a tattoo than sterilise herself on puberty.
I missed the conversation.
My view is someone...
Like, sterilise yourself on puberty blockers. It's rare. It's rare that just taking puberty blockers would sterilise someone. This is the annoying thing. I researched this kind of shit. So I can argue against like fucking Helen Weberly and people like that. And then these people that think they're fucking experts and think they're like saving the world from the trans cult, they don't know anything about anything. They just talk utter bollocks.
Someone wants to go and do something, whether they're 14, whether they're 40, whatever, let them do it. And that girl...
Oh, so I'm not fucked up because I'm a bit more gender critical. But again, you don't know who this woman's son is, so why are you judging so much? Do you think that like judging people you don't know is part of the problem?
She's just mentioned the lady who you were speaking to, who she didn't hear too much about it, saying some of her friends regret it. But even if they do regret it, that's fine, because guess what? It's not going to affect me, it's not going to affect you, it's not going to affect anyone.
This is a bit mad. She does have a bit of a point here.
Your fellow human beings.
My fellow human beings?
Yeah.
So,
who all have fucking fucked up views.
No, I'm really interested in what you're saying.
But if you're going to go down the Christian path...
Any update on the puberty blocker trials? Not that I'm aware of.
Like you've just been saying,
I don't believe you know anything about being a Christian. Nothing you've said is in any way Christian.
What? To love everybody?
Okay. How long has this woman been a Christian? I can't find anything because she's like a nobody. I really need to know. I did look at Steve's interview with her and the Derby video where she like tells the story about a kid and stuff. I really need to know when this woman became a Christian, if she's going to say this about other people. She's kind of got a point. It's a bit weird to be like, I'm a Christian. And then like, oh, I don't care about other people. Like, that is kind of part of Christianity, you know? But how long has this person been a Christian? How do you get to judge other people? How do you get to judge other people? This woman has strong vibes of, has been a Christian since Charlie Kirk died, probably. Maybe a bit longer. I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. And even if she's been a Christian for a long time, she's fucking full of shit. Ain't nothing Christian about this person either. You believe in God. Wow. Okay, wow. Does this video have how long she's been a Christian? I really want to know. Like, this is like English Ned brand Christianity, you know what I mean? Okay. Hang on. Here we go.
And I want to tell you now that, you know, I'm a new Christian.
This is a new Christian as of April 2026. There we go. I fucking knew it. And then we're going to start lecturing other people on their Christianity. What the fuck do you know about being a Christian? Like, how long has it been? 6 months? Did you get radicalized by Charlie Kirk? Is that what happened?
But if you're going to go down the Christian pathway, like you've just been saying,
I don't believe you know anything about being a Christian. Nothing you've said is.
Do you?
Is in any way Christian.
What? To love everybody and let people go with their own way.
Okay, I think maybe you're projecting because your daughter wanted to be a boy, then changed her mind and is happy about it, which is good, you know. That means that other people should follow the same path. I think maybe that's what's going on. Like, it's not going to be everyone. And I mean, there's an argument for, like, waiting. But then that woman, you call that woman, like, stupid with a fucked up kid. When she made her kid wait till they were an adult. What's wrong with that? Like, you know, allowing your kid to bind their breasts, I mean, yeah, it can cause problems, but it's not like you're handing them over to like fucking pedophiles to get raped or some shit. And some of you people talk as if it's like the same level, you know? Hope she doesn't take her daughter doesn't get her daughter to take tea. Her daughter's 22. It's not up to that woman anymore. That kid's an adult. She can make her own decisions. Or he can make his own decisions. Whichever. I know, you get shit whichever pronouns you use nowadays. I don't know. I just think... I don't get the judgment. Like, what is it to you, honestly?
Spent the last 10 minutes saying that you don't give a shit about anybody else.
No, I don't...
Like, this is like... kind of correct, but I don't want to hear it from her. That you're a new Christian and now you're going to start lecturing other people on their Christianity. I'm sorry, man. I think there should be a grace period of at least a few years before you can do this.
I don't care what other people are doing, but I care.
Well, that's not Chris.
Whatever people want to do, whatever people
Come a bit closer so I can hear you.
People in different, in any walk of life, things go wrong and they're radical views, and it happens. But no one could tell me I'm not a woman. I'm a woman and I identify as a woman. No one can tell me.
Could you be a man?
No, because I'm not trans.
I know, but if you said so, could you be one?
I'm not trans, but if I wanted to identify one, why would I harm anybody? I don't understand.
Well, I've just told you the first set of harms for children. I'll tell you about adults.
Now, I think going too far down the, well, who cares what other people do, it doesn't affect you. I think you can go too far down that mindset.
Now, so can I be?
I don't agree with your argument on that, by the way, but okay.
All right. Could I be a woman if I said so?
If you want to be, it doesn't impact my life.
Right. Okay. So I could then, because I'm a woman now, right? I can go. I look at these young girls here and think, right, they're going into the changing rooms. I could go. I could follow. They're going. Right, I can go. I look at these young girls here and think, right.
Looking at young girls, ooh.
They're going into the changing rooms. I could go. I could follow them into the changing rooms because.
Yeah, it's very true. Some people are just going to transition no matter what. I don't know what would have stopped me, considering how I felt and stuff. I guess I don't know. It's difficult. I think a lot of it was like depression and like loneliness and shit, but that's often the way, unfortunately. And that probably was going to be my life regardless, so it just seems like it was inevitable in my case. Like, there isn't a one-size-fits-all. You want to say that every Muslim person is intolerant, well, that's not true. You want to say that every parent should go the same path as you and not affirm their kid, well, maybe there are some people that they're just going to be that way regardless, you know? And that doesn't mean immediately get your kid on blockers and, like, ruin their chances of having kids just in case, because that's extreme. But that doesn't mean that anyone that affirms their kid that doesn't really medically transition to an adult anyway is a bad person or stupid or is fucking up their kid, you know?
Because I'm a woman now.
Changing rooms have no gender. They're not gender specific. It's a changing room. It's an inanimate object.
No, they're divided on sex. Changing rooms are female changing rooms and male. Okay,
but someone doesn't genderize it first.
Yeah. So would it be okay for me to go in there?
Go on then. Why not?
Really?
It's not genderized. Why not?
No, they're divided by sex for safety, for dignity.
Most swimming pools now are mixed and they have cubicles, and you go in your cubicle and you get changed because we can.
I'm not talking about those ones. Oh, I'm talking about the ones which are female only, and I can go into one.
Go in it.
And that's okay. Is that okay?
What are your intentions for going in? Are you going in because you're a woman, and then you want to go and get changed and go swimming?
Okay, this person is quite interesting.
No.
Absolutely fine.
Right. Do you agree that there are bad people in this world?
Yeah.
All right.
I agree that there's more good.
Right. Yeah, I do as well. But we've got to be on guard for the bad people, haven't we?
I'm not a normal trans. I don't think there is a normal trans. There is kind of a certain model that's been normalized, and I wish that weren't the case because it's the worst model possible. But there's a lot of trans people that fit that mold, and there's a lot of trans people that feel similarly to how I do. There's a lot of, like, you can't really make trans people a monolith. It's not fair to, you know? And, like, the ones you see online, they're just the ones you see online. You don't see the ones that just, like, work normal fucking jobs, and some even have, like, families and stuff like that. You see the TRAs, but you forget that not many trans people are necessarily, like, activists, you know? There isn't, like, a normal trans. And if you're trans, you're, like, very abnormal by default, which isn't a bad thing, you know?
Right, okay, there are a lot of bad men, and I can tell you where you can find the sources, that use this ideology, okay, and I'm a woman now.
Yeah, but they're not trans though.
Yes.
They're pretending to be trans though.
Right.
Not really trans.
What I mean, a lot of bad men. How many? Where do you get your numbers from?
Right, well, I'll give you a website to look at, Trans Crime UK.
Okay.
Fucking hell, dude. Trans Crime UK. It's just mostly blokes. You can cross off most of the fucking people on Trans Crime UK by saying these are people that committed like sexual assaults and stuff when they weren't even trans. And all that takes to do is to accept that gender identity isn't innate and that you aren't, you aren't always that way and you just realize it at some point. Like Isla Bryson wasn't always a woman and has only just accepted it after having raped a bunch of women and stuff. No, that was a man that did that. That weren't a fucking trans person that did that. That's what most of the people on fucking Trans Crime UK are. You look at the pictures, like half of them, they're just fucking blokes. They just look like fucking blokes because they weren't fucking trans. And if they were identifying or whatever, they weren't fucking trying very hard, were they? You know?
Check Trans Crime UK.
Focused on that kind of thing.
Trans crimes, yeah.
So it's only going to give the bias of that.
No, it's going to give them all.
It's going to
Prison onset gender dysphoria.
give the bias.
Well, that's what it's there for.
Yeah,
It's there to show those harms.
You went and got another website that says trans people are just people.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It will show me the loving care.
My point is, this ideology allows the worst of men, the predators, to be able to access vulnerable spaces. Okay, gives.
I don't know if I agree that Steve believes 100% of what he's saying, because I think he acts differently depending on who he's around. I think you'll see someone saying some pretty inflammatory stuff, because there's a trans woman that's approached him. You see someone with like a Costa like lanyard. That person's a trans woman, and you're going to hear from her really soon. And he, at the very start of the video, some guys walk past being like, oh yeah, trans women and men, oh fuck the trannies, they're demonic and stuff. And he's like laughing along and he's like encouraging it. I'm sure someone does something recently in the presence of this trans woman and he acts very differently. So I think he is more dishonest than he than people think. I think because he's affable, maybe that helps the medicine go down, but he's quite chameleonic, I think. I've seen people say like incredibly homophobic stuff. And he's been cool with it. He's not like trying to argue against that. But it depends who he's talking to, you know?
Them a free pass into there and we can't say anything about it.
Access, they'll just find it.
Well, they will do it, but
they'll do it regardless.
But it will be policed by people. It will be policed by people like me.
To do with trans, whether they're.
What does that mean? What are you gonna do?
Into there and we can't say anything about it.
Access, they'll just find it.
Well, they will do it, but
they'll do it regardless.
But it will be policed by people. It will be policed by people like me.
It's not his job to police spaces. What you do if you're not happy with a place allowing a male person into a fucking bathroom or something is talk to the business that owns it, because presumably it's a business. You talk to them. And if you don't get anywhere and you've got actual proof of what's going on, which I'm sure most people won't, which is why most of this shit will never go anywhere anyway, and it barely fucking matters, then you deal with it, with the court or whatever, because you're not being guaranteed your single-sex space. That's how you do it. Idiots like this saying they're going to police it, like you're going to get yourself in trouble doing that. Not going to then be legal to manhandle some trans woman who's gone into the women's toilet. That would still be more illegal than the trans woman using the women's toilet, you know? Like, it's crazy to say stuff like this.
Deal with trans, whether they're rapists or sex offenders. That's in their DNA. That's in them. That's them. That's the bad people. It's not because they're trans.
Right. Okay. So, what makes somebody trans?
Somebody who wants to identify, and maybe is born that.
This isn't what trans means, but sure.
That way, maybe grows up and sees that actually.
Trough has more integrity than Steve. Okay, let's not go crazy. Let's not go too crazy. It is at the very least at a similar level, though. Come on.
Fit in the skin I'm in.
There's gonna be a 9-hour stream about what an evil person I am, because I did that with a Femios style desperate as fuck thumbnail of me looking ugly now that I said that shit.
And you know what? It doesn't affect me because it doesn't impact excuse me.
But it does offend some people. All right, and here's the biggest thing, right? The biggest thing why I'm doing this, people say, why does it bother you? I believe that the truth matters above anything else, right? Okay, we cannot run a society.
Did I see the clip of a guy taking his daughter, someone calling the cops because a guy took his daughter into the women's bathroom? My partner was watching something about that. See, use the correct pronoun. You're doing language control too. You're doing language control too. That's how it is. Wagwan Islington. Yeah. I didn't know that was a joke, apparently. I don't know what that even means to say, but yeah. Yeah, my partner watched something about that. It is crazy. Like, people need to calm the fuck down in general. Like, it's not that deep. And the problem is, one side starts acting out over it, the other side starts acting out over it. Everyone needs to calm down. We need to stop pretending we're being genocided if we have to use certain toilets because we don't look right in the other one. Other people need to stop freaking out every time anyone looks even slightly wrong. Because there's reasons for shit. Like, where should a man take his young daughters? Should he take them into the men's room? That seems a bit insane. Like, they're fucking eye height to, like, guys with their fucking dicks out in the fucking urinal. Probably makes more sense for the man to take his kid to the women's. Oh, the real Mr. Islington. There we go.
Which will affirm a lie.
I mean,
the biggest...
Like 50 years.
Pardon?
I mean, we have been for like 50, if not more years.
We've been what for...
People have been trans for time, bro. Like...
That's actually quite a moderate version of it. Some people are like, oh, there's been trans people since the dawn of time. I don't know if that's true. I guess maybe. Not in the way that we call it today, but some version of it. She's only saying 50 years, and he's going to still treat it as if it's like unreasonable.
Well, guess what? I went to school in the 70s and 80s, all right?
Yeah, there wasn't very many trans people in the 70s and 80s. Well, no shit. There probably were like a few though, right?
How many... Right, be honest with me, right? Remember, the truth matters more than anything else. How many people in your school identified as being transgender?
Not at the time, no.
Zero.
No, because
none.
It wasn't tolerated.
Because there was no trans children.
But it wasn't tolerated. How do I know they wasn't tolerated? Since I've grown up...
It wasn't because they weren't tolerated. It just was it wasn't really very conceptualized back then.
I've got older, many of them do identify now. I went through a really bad time at school.
I don't think trans was well known enough in the 70s and 80s to be tolerated or not, to be honest. It's just an incredibly niche thing, you know.
Because they couldn't identify how they wanted to. I went to a Catholic school where they couldn't identify. I have many friends who I went to school with who were gay, and they could not say they were gay because we were taught.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I think third spaces is the easiest way. If I see a third space, I'll use it. I don't use women's spaces anymore because it's not fucking worth it. And I'm not very confident in how good I look. If I look better, I'd probably risk it because I think it's fine if you look the part. But yeah.
It's wrong. And so we can...
Does my mum go out on the street ranting against anti-trans? I mean, she might give Steve a bit of shit, but Steve deserves a bit of shit, so I don't know. It's not something that people would do unless there's someone like Steve around, you know what I mean?
You don't understand what it means.
So, right, I'm going to go for...
Oh, right, okay. I do appreciate the...
We can disagree without being disagreeable.
I'm glad, I'm so glad. Go on, I've kept you waiting for ages. If you want to speak, I'll speak with you.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
So, I do agree with you, but I don't understand what you're saying at the back because I know a lot of trans children, so I don't understand.
All right, what makes the people you know trans?
Well,
they live as the other sex.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't agree with trans. I don't understand it, but I respect them. You can't call them men when they class themselves as women.
Okay, so
I'm not sure about these fits. Like, Jesus Christ, is this a thing now? Like, I was just like, fucking Albert.
What would make them a woman then?
Well,
what would make a man a woman?
What would make a man a woman? If it's their choice.
Right.
Isn't Steve kind of using the transgender notion for all intent? I mean, ultimately, he's just using this to make some money and raise his profile. He's just doing this to get rich, ultimately.
Exactly.
How is there no such thing as transgender children when I've seen?
Well, I say that there's no such thing as...
Do you think she watched my video? I don't know. I doubt it.
transgender. There are boys, let me say, there are boys, girls, men, women with different personalities, all right? And it's okay for a man to like feminine things, and it's okay for a woman to like masculine things. It doesn't make you trans, okay?
In my opinion, sorry, I'm trans, right? Yeah?
Well, not me down with a feather, I'd never have guessed.
Thank you. Well, I don't think that I'm a woman. I'm a trans woman, it's different. I would not claim that I was born a woman because I learned.
Yeah.
I'm a trans.
I basically agree with everything this person says, from what I remember. They do open up to Steve more than I think they should, or she rather. But I think this person is very reasonable. I find this kind of thing a lot more relatable than the TRA shit. And that's what I mean, it's not a monolith. You get trans people like this, you get trans people who are like very TRA and believe more about identity than the way you live your life. It's hard to generalize trans people, I think.
Trans woman, it's a whole different bracket in my opinion, and I think that the people that are saying that they're having periods or dealing with women only issues are wrong, and that's my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think me as a trans woman, I identify as a trans woman and not a woman.
Okay.
And it's a whole different thing in my opinion.
Right, I get that.
Different bracket, different whole thing.
Right, I get that.
That's my opinion.
Do you use female toilets?
I don't really use the toilet in public, but if I do, I use the disabled toilet.
Right, okay. Well, at least you're respecting female-only spaces. I get that. What I will say, and some people might be surprised to hear this, I think you can live your life how you wish. And the only caveat I give on that is as long
This is pandering.
as it doesn't affect anybody else.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
Yeah. So,
but presumably he'd think that this person using a woman's name and wanting to be known as a she wherever possible is also like affecting people. That it changes constantly. He's chameleonic. It's like gross. Because the problem is you're not subtle about it. But anyone like this, they're just seeing him in the moment, so they don't see how he shifts because they're not there all the time. So they're just having a conversation with a random person, but you actually watch it. It's like constantly shifting. So dodgy. Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
I mean, as well, we've talked about the female spacers. You've got men that are entering female sports because they're identified as trans. That's wrong.
Agree with that.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same
I respect your right to identify however you want. You do whatever you want as long as it doesn't harm anybody else.
Exactly, and there is a lot of rising of people who call themselves trans attacking on women or attacking on men, and it's just not good.
What makes you feel like you're a woman, and when did it start?
It started from when I was about 3.
From 3?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for the conversation, ladies.
And then you have got the ability to I'm not on any medication yet or anything.
Right, so it's just a social transition. Just a social transition. And when did it start, the social transition?
Okay, maybe it's this guy. Maybe it's this guy.
I'm nearly 15. 14, 15 really?
Right.
I don't really agree with kids under that age being trans.
Right, so you socially transitioned. And is it something, what is it about being a man that you don't want to...
I'm not a trans woman, and your dick's bigger than mine.
Right.
No, it still is.
Yeah.
You used to call me cock in a frock.
Right, okay.
Transvestites when I was young.
Yeah.
Now I can say, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I've got a vagina. Fucking ain't. Look down my knickers.
Yeah.
Check your underpants.
I'd be in danger lives. He refused to go on a call out because he didn't want to wear a mask. Like that could have been someone in like grave danger that needed someone there ASAP, and he said no because he didn't want to wear a COVID mask in a fire engine. Like, just, you know, if you're that way about like COVID and stuff, like why not play along and do your fucking research and shit like that in the background? You know what I mean? So yeah, he has like endangered lives before. He has not done his duty as a fireman.
One second.
And if you're a girl, you're not going to have a penis down there. Alright? I'll fucking old school like you. To transvestites, I can call myself a fucking one-legged camel.
Yeah, of course you can. I appreciate that, mate. All right.
Yeah, he's not affirming this guy. There was someone earlier that was like actually going even further than that, and he's laughing along and stuff. But now there's a trans woman nearby. He's like, oh, okay, I don't know about this, mate. I don't know about it. It's so fake.
Put my name out there. Don't you not my pronoun. I'm going to be a fucking one-legged lesbian camel.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, mate. We really do appreciate that. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I always say, check your knickers.
Okay.
If you look down there and you got a willy, you're not a woman.
Right. Thank you, mate.
You haven't got one. You're probably female.
I haven't got one on my female.
It's a
yeah. Like chromosomes.
Yeah, I get that.
The rest of you know.
Yep, I get that. If these trans people weren't around, he would be like proper like down with this. You just know. You just know. If there's no one around that he's trying to impress or trying to give a particular impression towards, he'd be cool with it.
Yeah. They're all mental.
Okay. So, what is it about being a man that you're running away from?
I wouldn't say I'm really running away from it. I just say it's just not. When people say it's how I've always been, yeah, it is my sex, but also I've just never been. Like, I've just never been.
It is like really hard to explain this, by the way. That's part of the problem. A lot of people are never going to understand, because how the fuck do you explain it, you know? Stuff like identifying as and stuff, I always understood, or like wrong brain in your body and stuff, I always understood that to be like metaphor. It's annoying that became like literal, you know? But like, how do you explain it? That's the problem.
Is it that masculinity is too toxic? Is it that you think that because you're told it's toxic, or
it's not even that?
Because you're told it's because this person's going to be that weak fucking minded. Oh well, people said toxic masculinity, and I'm like, toxic is bad, so I don't want to be masculine. Okay, man. Like, just ask an open-ended question. I don't know.
I promise you, it's not even that. I think men are the coolest, honestly. But it's just, I don't know, it's just never been natural. It's like, it's more...
It's not language policing unless you were saying language means nothing. That doesn't make any sense. Policing language is just telling people they shouldn't use certain words and should use these words. Shaming someone for using specific kinds of language. It doesn't matter what your underlying belief is, it's whether you're shaming language or not.
Unnatural for me to say that I identify as a man than for me to say that I'm a trans woman.
Well, you wouldn't have to identify as being a man, would you?
No, not technically no, because my sex is a man. But it would just seem a lot more unnatural to me to state that. I don't know why. I don't know how I think. I don't have any mental health issues.
No, I'm not saying this is you, but a lot of men, particularly middle-aged men, do it for fetishistic reasons.
They do. Cross-dressing.
Some do, yeah. A lot of them. I don't know about a lot of them.
Transvestites, yeah.
That's
adult.
And that's what autogynephilia says at the bottom. You know, love of oneself as a woman.
Yeah.
No, I need to get into autogynephilia more. I need to get on the destigmatizing train, I reckon. Like some of that Ray Alex Williams stuff. I should go back over some of that. Read some Blanchard. Because I'm sure there's way more to it than just getting hard at thinking about yourself as a woman. I'm sure there's like way more to it than that, and it's been like cartoonized by like the right, which in part is because people pushed it down and said, oh, this is like anti-trans. Well, it's not necessarily, it's just a different way of looking at it. And if you make it forbidden fruit, then other people are going to look at it and be like, hey, this is we can use this, you know what I mean? This offends people. So it's kind of our fault in part.
Yeah, sexual fetish, which is really disgusting, but in my opinion, I do not think I'm that. I don't look in the mirror and say, wow, this is me. Like, I'm not like that at all. It's not sexual for me, it's just me.
When you go into a women's bathroom, you don't get a hard...
It's a shame they feel that she feels the need to explain herself, you know, to these twats. That's the thing, like, I don't care. Like, it's fine. I agree, I feel the same way. People are going to see it as like you're trying to appease people. You're trying to kiss up to these people. It's not that. They're just having a conversation. But it's the fact they feel the need to like open up to these utter losers about this. It's like sad. It's like, I guess, you know, not everyone knows who these people are, and it sucks. Like, maybe it's just me, I don't know, I hate opening up to the wrong people. And it makes me angry with myself to feel like I did when I realized that that's what happened, you know? Neither TERFs nor gender criticals really understand Blanchardism. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I reckon it's far more of a spectrum and far more of like a... There's kind of a lot of different ways that it works. And I'm sure that was in his, like, his work. It was like the different types and stuff. And, you know, like, I don't know. I need to get into it. I need to get into it more. I'm sure that that Josie person was saying she wanted to talk about like gay GP and stuff. So I think I need to do a bit of like research. Maybe I need to dedicate a stream towards just like reading a bunch of Blanchard and shit. Well, I'm kind of down for that, honestly. Because I relate somewhat to like the AGP thing, but not in a fetishistic way. It's like that kind of almost the opposite of like gender dysphoria in a way. Where it's like a desire to be the other and feeling like a certain connection that you can't really explain with the other. You know what I mean?
No. I don't even use the word to be honest.
To be fair, does Blanchardism have to say anything about trans men? Should we assume that trans men and trans women operate in the exact same way? Like, maybe they don't. Maybe it manifests quite differently.
I used to disable different. But,
you know there are men that do that though.
There are men that...
There's videos online of men doing it.
Yeah, and it's really bad. I don't think that at all. I think it's disgusting.
Do you ever want to what?
No, it's not like you, someone else.
Oh, right, okay. Right. Do you go in female toilets? Yeah. Yeah, you're a predatory male. Oh. You're a predatory male, right? You shouldn't go in there, right? You shouldn't go in there.
Yeah, but what harm is she doing?
Well, he...
Nah, I think Steve's just being nice. I reckon behind that person's back, oh, he's still this and that and the other. The shit he says about like feminine males and stuff. Ringing against transvestites, which is not even an HRT. Well, I suppose there's a difference between... There's that type of transvestite which is like exaggerated, like the straight guy version of drag almost, you know? The straight married guy version of drag. There's a difference between that and just like gender nonconformity, I guess. I think I get it, you know? I think that person, they're a bit further than I am, maybe. You know, Steve isn't inconsistent. He's been inconsistent in this very video. He is very inconsistent. He's been happy to like affirm people saying like homophobic and transphobic shit when it suits him, because there's no one around to impress. Because there's no one around that he's trying to convince that he's not a transphobe. Like in this very video, there's an example of this. You go back to the start, there's someone talking about trans women being demonic. And like fuck the trannies, and he's like grinning and like laughing along and stuff. Later on with that weird old man, he's like, oh okay, yeah, sure. He changes. He's chameleonic in that way. He's manipulative. And like people want him to be right, and people want him to be consistent, and people want him to be like a good guy because he's saying the kind of things they want to hear. It's like confirmation bias, you know?
Is a man.
It's kind of not super far away from... I agreed with ContraPoints a lot more than I do now because I wanted it to be right, because I related and stuff like that. That kind of thing.
Right? Right, that's a man.
Yeah, that woman with the trans kid. Some guy has a go at her and he's fine with it. But like someone else had a go at that Taylor woman for mouthing off at him. Wasn't okay with that. He plays the team sport shit like most other people. Did that Vlad person transition? I wasn't aware that they did. I know they got punched recently, which is pretty fucked up.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, it doesn't make him a woman.
There's no...
Really? Yes. I'm just going to have this.
What's the camera for?
Okay, 2 reasons.
And why are you filming?
Yeah, he's picketed a gay bar, he's picketed Pride and stuff like that. I don't know if I think he is a homophobe, but he's had people come up to him saying like homophobic, like, you know, hardcore Christian kind of stuff. And he's been okay with it because they agree with his trans stuff. He's been okay with it because there's no gay people around that agree with him to play to, you know what I mean? When there's like a gay guy that's like, you know, Mr. Menno or Jack Jewel type, he'd act differently, I think. Because he's got someone there that he doesn't want to piss off. But he's not intelligent enough to keep it consistent, even when there's no one around. Even though he's filming himself. But he doesn't need to, because his audience aren't going to pick up on those, like, subtleties. Because they're not looking for them, because they agree with him, and they just want to see him as correct. It's like, it's a confirmation bias thing, I think.
Children.
2 reasons for the camera.
This child. Have you filmed this?
By the way, if you like the stream, consider super chatting or joining the channel. Or whatever, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Child today.
They approached me.
Have you filmed this?
Yeah.
I want you to remove that immediately. Otherwise, I'm calling the police.
Oh, you call the police. See how that works out.
Under 16.
See how that works out.
Why are your children?
Are you getting in my space?
Are you getting in mine?
Right, guys, go away. Listen, nobody step in. I don't want anybody to step in for me.
He's filming children now.
Listen,
filming children.
Nobody step in for me. Don't step in for me. Right, okay. Come on. Listen, I'm not shaking your hand after what you've just done.
Listen.
Right.
Post ever vest crossies. Don't you get like drag queens and stuff? They get like loads of like facial work done. Like the kind you see on like RuPaul's Drag Race and shit. Some of them have had like lip fillers and stuff. He isn't being slippery. I disagree. I don't know what it would take to show you. I mean, you see him being different. Okay, hang on. So we're at 42. I mean, this guy isn't important anyway. Fuck it. Let's find both clips and I'll demonstrate what I'm saying.
Satanic. No way.
Alright, what's right?
Trans women are fucking demonic, satanic.
Can you be a woman?
Trans women are demonic, satanic. His response: can you be a woman? Playing along.
Can you be?
I've got a prick.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I can't be a woman, I've got a dick. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying. Doesn't care that he said trans women are demonic and satanic. He's okay with that.
Your mates.
Was he saying your mates? Like, what does this mean? Like, when he points at his head and points at him, it's almost like he's saying we're on the same level. That is more tenuous, I understand. That is a bit more schizoanalysis, but...
Saying! Your mates!
Fuck the trannies. Okay, the one part where he says your mates is the bit that I'm not as sure on.
Can you be a woman? Can you be? Can you?
I've got a prick.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Your mates.
But then maybe he's confused and thinks that he's having a go at him. But he's like, fuck the trannies, and he's like grinning, and this Taylor woman's loving it. He's not very bothered by any of that, is he? And she's loving it. She's like well down with it. But then like later on, this weird old man, he's like acting uncomfortable around, but he's not saying anything as crazy.
What is it about being a man that you don't want to...
I'm not a trans woman, and your dick's bigger than mine.
Right.
No, it still is.
And even then, to begin with, he's laughing along. He's not telling him he's being inappropriate.
Yeah.
You should call him a cock in a frock.
Right, okay.
Transvestites when I was young.
Yeah.
No, I can say, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I've got a vagina.
He's much more uncomfortable with this guy than he is with the other guys. I am convinced it's partly because this trans woman is there, and he wants to seem open-minded in front of them.
Fucking ain't. Look down my knickers.
Yeah.
Check your underpants.
1 second.
And if you're a girl, you're not going to have a penis down there. Alright?
And he can see this person's facial expressions as well.
I'm fucking old school like you. The transvestites, I can call myself.
Yeah, it is my sex, but...
Yeah, I get that.
The rest of you go fuck yourself.
Like, this is similar shit, but he's not grinning anymore. He's like uncomfortable. It's because there's a trans woman there. It's because there's a trans woman he's trying to impress.
They're all mental.
Okay. So what is it about being a man?
Okay, where were we? There was that DJ Beats looking guy, but he just kind of fucks off. This guy didn't amount to anything. He gets in his face about filming kids and then kind of backs off when he's like, I'm filming everyone.
Yeah. Okay, carry on.
Parents, for example, if they've got their children here,
Come on,
I'm a father,
mate.
And if I've got a young boy and I get it, just wouldn't get it. It's as simple as that.
Cheers, mate. Don't be like a shrinking violet now. You wanted a conversation with me. Yeah?
Filming children, that's all.
You wanted more than that, I think. Yeah? Do you want to call the police?
A lot of drunk people. I mean, that's what Charlie Veitch made his name, like, documenting, right? Just people off their face on all sorts.
Do you want to call the police?
Getting in fights with them sometimes. Wasn't engaged with the conversation with the first man. Well, maybe, but he's very down with it. I struggle to believe he would have acted similarly if those people came by. If there was someone there that he was trying to appear open-minded towards.
Arrogant. Said to me, you're not filming.
No, I am filming, I said. I'm filming everybody.
Come on, guys, we need to talk.
What do you think about if they're born with both?
Nobody's born with both.
That's it, you know. But
it's not entirely true. It's very, very rare, though.
I heard they are.
No, there are people that are born with differences of sexual development, but nobody's born with both.
I spoke to one woman. She said she was born with both.
Right.
Or man. Well, I don't know how you want to.
There's about 40 different disorders or differences of sexual development. Okay. The umbrella term is called intersex. Nobody's born with both.
Exactly, intersex.
Nobody's born with both.
How does that categorise into this?
It's nothing. Nothing. They try and use this to say sex isn't binary. They try and use that. It's a red herring, right? It's to throw you off track.
What have they gone through the whole process?
It's a man without a dick.
Yeah.
It's a man without a dick.
Yeah.
So as you can see there, our attention has been drawn to some commotion behind us. You can see a bare arm pointing to the sky. That belongs to an extremely drunk Irishman. For those old enough, think Rabsy Nesbitt, but twice his size. There's two of them all together. Seems like they've been on the piss for quite a while, and they're gearing up for the up and coming Misfits boxing match between Tommy Fury, the one on about now.
It's against men, but not against women.
Okay, cool.
Oh, this guy here is a YouTuber? I mean, listen, probably half the people standing around are YouTubers.
Right, cheers, mate. Thank you. Did you want to continue?
Not particularly.
No? Okay. Well, you're still hanging around. Yeah. You know, like I said, you should not be going in women's toilets because you're a man. Stay out.
I'm not a man.
I mean, this person should not be going in women's toilets. Like, this is preposterous. Like, you can't tell. Like, maybe they've got like slight HRT tits. You need to try a bit harder, mate. I'm sorry. Like, come on.
All right.
You don't know what to.
You don't just decide you're a woman and you're a woman now. It takes a bit more than that. You have to actually be kind of accepted by at least some other people as something. Otherwise, you're just a feminine-looking man. Yeah, someone like this is going to make women uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I have my limits.
We've evolved to watch out, to know, to instinctively know, particularly women. They've got these instincts, all right, which protection instincts, because they are vulnerable to male violence.
Yeah.
Right. I can tell you're a man.
Absolutely.
I can tell you're a man.
How?
Yeah. You might have had some estrogen because I can see some breast developing underneath that.
Are you looking at my breasts?
Because you stood right in front of me. It's obvious. You've got little bumps.
Because that's a normal thing to do.
You've got little bumps appearing because you're taking estrogen, probably. Am I right? Are you taking estrogen? Are you taking estrogen?
You not look at my breasts. What business is it to you?
I'm looking at your nose. That's by looking at you.
This bit just goes on and on like this. It's not funny. It's just lame.
You're not a woman.
By looking at you, you're a man. We know that.
How do you know?
Well, there's the Adam.
How do you know? How can you tell?
Yeah.
You saying I can tell?
Yeah.
Second hand is for yeah. Jesus.
Saying I can tell.
Yeah.
Like, not how can you tell?
Well, watch this guy here because he's kicking off a little bit.
Just drunk.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Trans women are what?
Oh.
So why didn't Steve push back when people were saying trans women are demonic and satanic, even though he doesn't believe in any of that? I bet he would have more if there was someone around that he was trying to impress.
Men.
Right, no.
Does particularly women know how to tell sex? I don't know. The kind of people that say that it's true are usually like turfy, so they're kind of, you know, they're gonna say that, you know. It's hard to tell. I think some people are just better at telling it than others.
No, sorry, darling.
Like I'll say straight up, like trans men do fool me quite often. Like if they've got a deep voice and a beard, I'm probably going to assume they're a guy, and that's the point, you know. You're supposed to do that, and it is a bit easier to pass as a trans man than a trans woman.
Right, sounds right.
Oh, here we go. Come on, mate.
If I had a dick and a woman, and
if you got a dick, you're a man. That's what I'm saying.
So that's the truth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what this is saying.
Look, I'm trying to defend this cunt. You're trying to. Nah. Listen, if a man's got a dick,
he's a man. He's a man. Yeah, keep on that, Taylor. Yeah.
No, you know what? Yeah. If anything's gonna batter me, you're born with a penis, you're a man.
Yes.
You're born with a vagina.
That's it.
But you know what? Yeah, I want fucking.
Mate, don't. Mate, get off. Get the fuck, mate. Don't do it, mate. It won't work out well for one of us if you do, mate. It will not work out well for one of us.
Right, I know.
All right.
I respect you.
It's going off today. It's all right. Yeah, that's all right. I know he's drunk. I know he's drunk. Yeah.
Always got your back.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, I'm all right.
See what I mean? Sycophant. Oh, I've got your back, Steve. I've got your back. Fuck off. It reminds me of that guy in York that's like stood across the street, and whenever someone gives him shit, like this guy's like shouting at him. I don't think I showed that on the stream.
I know he's drunk. Yeah.
Always got your back.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Well, there's very little in brains to show that they're sexed in general, to be fair. Like, male and female brains don't really exist. You just have brains and you're male or female.
Yeah, I'm all right, yeah. Just, if he's with you, keep him away if you don't mind. Oh, right, okay.
Hey, you know what, mate? You know what? There's nothing wrong with that, babe. Nothing wrong with that.
I know, thank you. Thank you.
You know what? You can't handle it, you've got a little willy.
Oh, it's all happening today.
I'll give you that one.
It's all happening.
Bollocks like a lion, you know what I mean? Hold on, here behind you.
Yeah. Yes, mate. Mate, you started on me, so go away. Mate, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I will try this in it. Right.
Just checking that Taylor's all right. Are you all right, Taylor? Cheers, mate.
Dosing of hormones in utero. There's no proof that that happens to trans people. There is no proof at all that that happens. And that isn't your brain being male or female. That's what happens to it because you're male or female. That doesn't mean that brains are like sexually dimorphic. Like what's sexually dimorphic is like your genitals and like the hormones they produce and stuff.
Cheers, mate. Shall we, I think we should probably knock out. Shall we knock?
Yeah, they're drunk. He's farming drunk people for content at this point.
On the head?
No. Yeah. Go to the gardens.
To be honest, it's...
Admittedly, it's hard to feel too sorry for someone getting themselves in that kind of state, but then maybe they have a problem, you know, you don't really know someone's life. So, bit iffy on the ethics of this kind of thing, but hey, I don't know. It's the meta now, I guess.
All go since the minute we came around that.
Charlie Veach and all that are banned, so he's got to step up to the plate. Give us the Crackadilly Gardens, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've spoken to you for the last 2 hours.
I saw you over there with that guy, and then this other guy attacked me.
Right, what's your name, big bitch? I'll get you put to sleep, right? Fuck you. Shut up, go back.
We got a buzzball enjoy it here.
Hey? Oh, here we go.
Find women.
Oh, man. That means you can't be a woman.
Find your friends.
I can't be.
You can't be, mate.
I can't be. I'm going to judge my attention there.
He's got very nice tits. That's a joke, by the way.
I want my balls by my arse.
You got to watch your mate there because he's getting in trouble.
Well, underdeveloped secondary sex characteristics don't necessarily have anything to do with being trans either.
Oh, right, okay, I thought he was. I thought he was with you.
It's not my miss.
Right, alright, no, fair enough.
Even Tommy Fury, Eddie Hall.
Are they having a fight? Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall? Is it really?
Yes.
Doesn't generally go that personal. No, but it'll show their faces and their crazy actions while it's drunk on camera for all to see, with loads of views. He'll humiliate them further, you know.
All of a sudden.
Well, Tommy Fury's a professional boxer, so he's got to win. He's got to... Oh, you've got your drink, mate.
We love buzzballs, etc.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Who's winning, Tommy?
No way.
No, he dropped it. He dropped it.
He don't mean it. He don't mean it. Listen,
I know.
He don't mean it. I'm sorry for it, sir.
All right.
I'm sorry for
Well, you did it.
Provide what research that the wrong hormone causes transgenderism in the womb? There's just no proof of that. There's nothing to that. The hypothesis at best.
Me, but you just tried to grab the camera, that's all.
You know what it said? I didn't know what it was.
That's all right.
I will apologise as a man. I'm sorry. I never meant to be there. You're going off on one, sir.
Yeah.
But it's okay for you 4 women to hit me. No. But if I hit 1 woman, sir, I'll be in jail.
Yeah, don't do that. Well, they shouldn't hit you as well.
Yeah, but sir, listen, but you've just seen 4.
Yeah, still on for... Right, I think...
Last question, please.
Yeah, go on.
Why do you think this is becoming the agenda? Why are they pushing it?
This is genius, by the way. This is fucking genius. This is what more people need to do. Get him on the schizo shit. Like, it's not easy. But if you can get him to open up all this like weird agenda shit, which is completely like unfalsifiable and like, you know, ridiculous on the face of it. Like this is like a genius move.
There's a few reasons. I think ultimately, if they can get us to accept the biggest lie in the world, and people will believe that lie, or people are too afraid.
So, trans is about a nebulous group of people that want to get us to believe lies.
Afraid to speak up about it, then they can get us to believe anything. It's ultimate control. I think that's the first one, but there's also...
It's just, you can just pull this shit out of your ass and no one will ever prove you right or wrong. Who are we even talking about, you know? It's just nonsense. It's like conspiracy brain shit, you know?
So much money being made by transitioning children. Oh, it's going to kick off. By transitioning children, pharmaceutical patients for life.
There's research on it. Yeah, does that research show basically nothing? Because that's what I'm willing to bet.
That kind of thing.
I can't think of anything worse.
I know, mate, yeah. Should we? Yeah, we're going to make a move.
It's getting late for you,
Yeah, I know. Right, oh, thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Right, I'm going to take these off. Right, it's getting a bit too crazy. I think the sensible thing to do. I'm going to be walking that way, but I think I'm pretty much done now. Oops, hold on.
Jungle person! Jungle pussy!
Fucking hell.
Oh my God. Like, should we just sneak off? Well,
yeah.
Concordance rate for trans twins. Yeah, but is that biological or is that social though?
Taking the attention.
Like kids copy each other, all sorts of things. That doesn't really prove anything.
Really gonna kick off this. The police are here now. Here we go.
My goodness.
Here's the police. There's people getting arrested now. Here we go, guys.
See, I'm sure somewhere like Manchester, I'm sure if you keep yourself to yourself, you're probably fine. Like, people don't usually fuck with you if you're just getting on with yourself. How could I criticize that green hoodie bloke? Man boob bloke with a squishy. Well, I criticize everyone. That's kind of my thing. Should I not? Should I not? I don't understand. You understand that I'm not on any side, and that this isn't a team sports thing for me, and that I disagree with both sides quite heavily. Yeah, this guy gets fucking banned. I don't know, man. It's just a circus at this point, right? Is there anything? Does he say anything when he's like monologuing at the end? I wonder.
Yeah. No, he don't.
Right, okay. He got out of the police van. I think I'll leave the scene. It's not really what I do. Let's leave him to it. That was Manchester Piccadilly Gardens again. He's really quiet in the northern quarter. Disappointed about that, but it produced the usual suspect, shall we say, and then some. I wonder if there's a bounty on my hat because people try and steal it.
I mean, there's cases of people winning the lottery more than once, you know what I mean? There's cases of lots of crazy coincidences.
But when they do, it never ends well for them. It never goes well. I will not stop if you've got my property. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't been putting out videos as regular as I usually do. I've had to slow down the production. You won't believe the amount of time that it takes to actually put these videos together, particularly with me having 2 cameras and everything. And also, in doing that work, it's not allowed me to actually do research, you know, and learn more about what's going on.
I actually don't know if that's true or not. I hear anecdotally that that's true, but I've never seen anything that like confirms that.
Regarding this issue, you know, worldwide, I need to look at other people's cases, do lots of reading, and then try and, you know, bring all that information into my street.
That has nothing to do with trans people in the research. Well, what I'm saying is, coincidences happen. Something might happen that you say gives some credence to trans having a biological like cause, when actually it could just be a coincidence. It could just be one of those freak things. Like, that could just happen a few times. Like, correlation and causation aren't the same thing. Like, do you think your transness is innate, or do you think it's social? Who would I prefer to have a conversation with? Billboard Chris or Steve? Fucking hell, probably Steve, I guess. Steve is... like, I don't know, Chris seems like a complete fucking dick. To be honest. Although... I would like to understand more about Billboard Chris, because that's one of the reasons I don't really talk about him much, is he's very good at staying on message. He doesn't really make suggestions of like other parts of his ideology very often. And when he does, it's more who he works with and the odd tweet where he forgot that he's supposed to... Yours is innate. Okay, I don't think that's true. I don't think you have any way of proving that. And I don't believe you, and I think that you... want that to be the case, which is why you're saying it, but I don't think it's true. I have seen nothing that in any way confirms that trans is innate. Like, people aren't born the wrong sex internally. There's just no evidence that that is a thing beyond people's like say so. Oh, well, I wanted to be a girl ever since I was 3. Okay, wow, amazing. That's what everyone says. People want people to think it's innate. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, you know? But that's fine. It doesn't have to be innate.
Interactions, and I've not been able to do that because I've just been putting out too many videos, so the production rate has slowed down. As well as that, I've been asked to give a presentation at a festival, and that's been an ideal time for me to gather more information, more knowledge, and formulate, you know, good arguments.
Yeah, Chris would be much more difficult for sure. Like, much more imposing. But I do want to find out more about him. I don't know how I'd find out more about him being in the Sea Org or whatever it was called, because that's interesting. But there's very little evidence out there. It was a thing. He was in the Sea Org, but it's hard to find much information.
When I'm out on the streets, I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm just hoping this extra research will, you know, provide better quality videos.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you innately are trans. That could be for lots of reasons. There just is not any evidence that trans is an innate thing. We've decided it is because that's what we want it, and that's how we want it to be treated. But that says nothing as to whether that's actually the truth or not. And if it is just a social thing, that doesn't make it less, you know, that shouldn't mean that people should be less respected for it. It shouldn't matter. So we shouldn't be lying to people, you know. We shouldn't be telling people it's innate when it's not, or when we don't know that it is. Because it shouldn't matter anyway. And if it's innate, okay, so Isla Bryson was always a woman actually? Well, no, that's a fucking rapist. I don't think that fucking person was ever a woman.
For you to watch. Here's an original. Nice billboard, mate.
All right.
Billboard man there. Anyway, I'd just like to say a big thank you.
Yeah, he loves all the Christian stuff, even though he's not one. It's very strange.
Bloody hell, look at this. I think that's a police car with the other guy in. Oh, no, it wasn't in the back of that. Anyway,
I think what people do is they mistake, because they don't know why they feel a certain way, they assume it has to be innate. That doesn't actually track. I'm not innately trans because I don't know why I feel the way I do. Like that doesn't have to be the case, you know.
What I'd like to say, guys, is a big thank you to everyone that likes, shares, gives thumbs up.
Here's the thing, we don't actually know that being gay is innate because we never found a cause for it. People don't know why they're gay. That doesn't mean it's innate though. We don't actually know. There's an odd religious undertone to the auditor stuff. Well, I mean, they're mostly they're mostly rightoids, aren't they? They mostly appeal to other rightoids. There's a lot of overlap, you know.
Up, comments on this channel. It really does make a difference. Thank you.
I don't think there's anything else here. I don't think there's anything else on this video. I might look a bit more like this Taylor person. And yeah, listen, it's all sycophants in the comment. Freudian slip. As if it doesn't, you know, when people are using different language, it doesn't make it confusing, you know? It's not a Freudian slip. Like, these people are crazy. Anyway, sorry, bear with me, it's gonna take a sec. Make sure you like the stream, etc. We'll go on for a little bit longer. I don't want to be on super long today, if possible. But yeah, I don't need any of this. Yeah, this Taylor woman is like interesting to me. She did a speech here. This will just be about her kid. Oh, well, my kid's happier now and she left the cult and I totally haven't joined a new one, you know? Mostly conspiracy theory based, which is annoying the public. Well, some of it was about like the police, and I think some of it had a point, you know. Purple 2 where Steve's being conspiratorial. I mean, it's like everywhere. You heard it a bit. You heard it a bit in that very video, where he's talking about like the agenda and stuff. To say that trans inclusion is part of an agenda to lie to people and get people to accept, you know, mistruths, that is conspiracy. That is conspiratorial. We could listen to her talk about being a Christian. I don't know. To be honest. Wait, she actually mentions Charlie Kirk? Bro, I said that she has vibes. of like having been radicalized by Charlie Kirk.
The story of Jesus. I felt the Holy Spirit. I couldn't really name it like that at the time, but I knew my life had changed. So that happened at the beginning of last year, and I didn't do a huge amount about it. I started to be more interested in the story of Jesus. I started to call myself a Christian. I wasn't really outspoken about it and very public about it, but if anyone asked, I would refer to myself as a Christian. For me, the turning point, the ultimate turning point, was Charlie Kirk's assassination.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I fucking say?
On the 10th of September last year.
So many people went fucking insane over the Charlie Kirk thing. It's like unreal. You had all those like streamers like fucking Tectone and like a Cheeto and shit going on about like how radicalized they were because of Charlie Kirk, when kids have been getting gunned down in schools in their country every single fucking week for God knows how long, and they don't bat an eyelid. It's bizarre.
That was my Easter, if you like. When he was assassinated, I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. And I was overcome with so much grief that actually is still present, as you can tell, over 6 months later. And it was at that point I said to myself, right, Taylor, you're going to have to...
Yeah, a lot of these types talk about Charlie Kirk constantly. There's a video of like English Ned, like talking to some like queer looking bloke and being all like, asking them about like the death of Charlie Kirk and stuff. It's like, you're in the UK. You're in the fucking UK. The UK right proper fucking covers what America has, which is bizarre. Because America's a shit show.
You put your words into actions. You're going to have to put your money where your mouth is, and you're going to have to put your...
And, you know, like, quite possibly like 100,000 dead in fucking Gaza and Palestine. No one cares. God knows how many kids getting gunned down in America every fucking year, just going to school. No one cares. But then this fucking shill for Donald Trump gets fucking killed, which isn't okay, and it's bad that it happened and all that shit. I disavow and stuff. And like everyone's like, suddenly it matters. Suddenly it fucking matters. It's crazy.
But into church. And I've been going to church ever since. I'm doing the Alpha, and I did a...
And this is the one that like lectures other people on their Christianity. And she kind of had a point, I guess, with the person she was talking to. But you got properly into Christianity because of Charlie Kirk. Like, come on, man.
Another Bible study course as well, learning about the Lord's Prayer. And I found a whole new community of amazing people. Ever since I came out openly as a Christian, especially online, it has been another stick for the left to beat me with.
This victim shit, when she engages the way she does and makes all these videos and stuff, yeah, people are going to give you shit. Sorry about it.
And it's absolutely fine. You know, I'd rather them go for my faith than go for my kids, anything like that. But it just goes to show that the left is satanic, the left is demonic.
Wow.
You don't necessarily have to turn to Christ to be a good person and not be on the left. But it helps. It really helps. And yeah, so, you know, everybody now, you know, will throw at me, you say you're a Christian and, you know, yeah, blah, you do X, Y, and Z. Yes, I'm a Christian and I don't want children to be sterilised. Wow. Yes, I'm a Christian and I don't want women to be able to murder their babies in the womb. Wow. You know, yes, I'm a Christian and I am also transphobic and Islamophobic and all the other phobics. What a surprise. And I wear those as badges of honour if I'm honest. For me,
It's very Christian, isn't it? Like being bigoted. It's what Jesus taught. Jesus, in the Bible, Jesus tells you about fighting Islam and trans people. Both things that really existed in anyone's minds. Back when Jesus was around, of course, you know. But yeah, you see what I mean. There's a lot of these people knocking around that have these like far-right beliefs and then jump on the Christian thing. It's probably just for like community for the most part. It's probably to be like all the rest of the people. It works the same way in both directions. You get people that end up tuning out because there's community there. You get people that convert to Christianity after the death of Charlie Kirk because other people are upset about the death of Charlie Kirk too, and they're Christians, and there's community there, you know. It's pretty lame. I'm very tempted. I really do want to see what her Henry Novak video is. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck it. We're doing it. So a kid was murdered and the police cuffed him rather than getting help for him. He ended up dying. He would have died either way, in my opinion. It's being spun as like police racism. And this person's going to talk about it and it's going to be interesting, apparently.
Hello, everybody. Been a while.
What trans people are in the Bible. Jesus, listen, you know more about that stuff than I do. Jesus Christ.
Since I've done a video. But I have been taking a bit of time out, selfishly, some will think, and yeah, you might be right.
Selfishly? You've got like no subs and you make YouTube videos. Why is that selfish?
Since the murder of Henry Novak, I don't really feel qualified or a big enough of a name or whatever you want, however you want to put it, to put my side of things across.
I wish you thought this way about trans people. I don't really feel qualified. It's because you're not qualified. I wish you'd take this mentality more often.
To be honest with you, and I don't know what I'm going to say because, as you know, I do this ad hoc.
Is that the same thing? Well, echo chambers work the same way both ways. Like, far right and far left people, they're still all humans. They have more in common than they think. Amaya, I literally just explained it. Just rewind or something. Or I don't know. You can Google it. You could Google it, yeah. You could Google it. So I'd have to explain the same thing 10 times? That'd be good.
So I'm going to come across this as a mother, from a mother's perspective. I have 2 teenagers. They're both girls rather than boys. I don't have sons, granted. But my eldest is a year younger than Henry. And I can only begin to...
The sign-off song. Wait, she has as in like this person? Oh, do you mean Steve with If You're Born with a Willy? Okay, I know what that is.
Imagine. Actually, I can imagine. That's probably why I've been so quiet. What it must feel like to lose a child. The one thing I can't imagine is losing a child in this way. So, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a young man, a boy essentially, because my daughter's a matter of months younger than Henry, and I don't see her as even a young woman really. She's a girl. Going out for a few. Didn't even go out for a few, did he? He was under the legal limit even to drive, so went out for a pint. Sorry. Such a lovely, kind, good-looking young man.
I mean, we're reading a bit too much into someone we didn't know, but sure. It's starting to look a bit insincere. I mean, everything so far has been fair enough, I guess.
obviously proud of himself and proud of his achievements, proud of his family, and so he fucking well should be. There's that lovely video of him in the lift where he's fixing his hair. I do that in lifts. But not because I'm young and cool and attractive like him. I do it because I look like a mess and I want to try and make sure I look as less like a mess as possible. But if I didn't look like him,
they're not using it so much as propaganda against Muslims. They're using it as propaganda that the police are racist against white people and that there's like two-tier justice and stuff like that. My understanding is that based on that case, there is no evidence that police racism was a factor. The guy that killed him took advantage of like how hate crimes are reported and dealt with and stuff. But the police aren't to know. They go on what information they're given. And really when they showed up, they should have done their due diligence and kind of checked him over and not just cuffed him and shit straight away. But like, from what I understand of the case, like he would have died regardless. Like he was fucked. It's a fucked up case all round, and the way it's being used is like just part of how messed up it is.
I've been looking in every mirror that I went past, if I'm honest. And I today saw a compilation of videos or TikToks and things and family gathering videos, mainly him with his sister Olivia. And I have a younger brother, and they look a similar age gap to me and my brother. It makes me jealous because I've never had...
Yeah, police neglect, incompetence. That's like singular to the case, you know what I mean?
Had a relationship with my brother like that. Certainly not since about the age of about 13, 14, so good on him. But we have reached a point now. We reached a point before this, but I think this is the trigger now where we need to do something that we haven't been doing so far. I'm trying to figure out what that could be. Because if you're like me, we are incredibly civilized. We
disagree that this woman is civilized, by the way.
Are proper English people. We don't like to cause a fuss.
Also not true.
We're really bad at rioting. I mean, we're quite bad at protesting, but we're really bad at rioting. But what do we do?
What does this mean? There were riots. Surely the riots had happened by the time she made this video. Like, they injured like 11 police officers and a dog, you know? It was nuts.
Well, I've been saying this to friends and family for a long time, and they'll back me up. Starmer isn't going anywhere.
Might also not be true. Is this a sign? Is this a sign? Wasn't English? I can't remember if he was born here or not, you know? Now, what was I looking at? Okay, it's not been confirmed. Trump is now saying it's going to happen, but his opinion is meaningless. But yeah, this might not be true either. And Starmer has nothing to do with this case anyway. He is not relevant to this case.
Starmer was placed where he was for a reason. He's a puppet.
No, because he was voted in, retard.
And he's been placed there.
According to the Telegraph, someone else called the police before the murderer's brother did. Okay, I've never seen any confirmation of that. I've never seen anyone reporting it. And I don't see how that has anything to do with two-tier. And if someone did call the police before the brother did, it can't have been very long. Like, I looked it up. Like, he left the pub after 11, and the brother's call to 999 was at 11:30. That can only have been, from what I can tell, like the distance and stuff. That would have only left a window of, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes to call the police since the attack. So there's just no even if that did happen, which I've never seen any proof for, there's just no evidence that that changes anything, or that means that it's like anti-white racism.
By the masters. And I won't go into who the masters are because you
can't, because it's all bollocks.
You know, it sounds all conspiratorial and whatnot, but he's been placed there by the masters.
Just accept what I'm saying is true. I'm not gonna give any details, even though this is completely irrelevant to the fucking case anyway. By the way, she talks about relating because she has like teenage kids herself. Do you want people like bullshitting around if one of your kids dies? Do you want them using that for political gains to push weird agendas? Probably not.
And he's been told to do a job. And as far as I can see, he is fulfilling that job perfectly, to a T, because his job is one simple thing. His job is to destroy this country.
It's like so fucking retarded. What are we saying? What are we saying? Person that would vote restore wants millions of foreigners to get kicked out, which will absolutely fucking destroy the economy. But no, the Labour are there to destroy the country. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
And he's either been bribed.
Yeah, the truth about the Henry thing is he mouthed off at the wrong person. Like, he's 18, he was 18, probably thought it was a bit hard. It's not, you know, I don't say that as a diss, that's how a lot of 18-year-old fucking boys are. And he mouthed off at someone, and that guy happened to be a nut and was armed with a much bigger sword than the little dagger that Sikhs are normally expected to wear. That's all there is. It's like terrible luck. That's what really happened. It's like the terrible fucking luck. They means the Jews. The thing is, a lot of these people are like zogged as fuck out, so they're not always saying the Jews anymore.
Or he's been blackmailed. And I think it's the latter. Because let's face it.
With no evidence.
Keir Starmer has got a dubious past. When he was head of CPS and a human rights lawyer, we already know that he was highly corrupt from the word go. We know this.
Evidence.
I mean, I'm not telling anybody stuff that's not already out there in the public.
Okay, so you could just link to evidence? You could just... Yeah, wow.
Public domain, so we know this.
But you're keeping it a secret for some reason, I guess.
But I think he's done far worse than what we know. And people know. People have information on him. And I think he's been blackmailed. Now, that's not to let him off the hook.
Again, like, remember when this was the subject of the video?
Because if someone can...
Yeah, dude, Tommy Robinson, he is like, I think one of the, if not the main reason that the right is like zogged out as fuck nowadays. He formed like the JDL along with the EDL. He's always been like pushing that shit. It's not a recent thing. He did that thing where he was at the Holocaust Museum. Oh, I'll just get it now. You know, I damn the Holocaust Museum. I'll just get it now. He's always been like that for a long time. It's not a recent thing that he cares about Israel now. Like he's been in that for a long time.
Sorry. If someone came up to me and said, you've done all this bad stuff. I mean, for a start, I wouldn't have half the stuff that he's done, but they had something that they had on me. And they said, you destroy your country, or we are going to make public all this stuff. I'd do one of two things. I would say, no, you can go fuck yourselves. Or I would eliminate myself from the situation. You know what I mean? Sam? Because the last thing I would do is what
I think a dog's allergic to bullshit.
Keir Starmer's doing to this country. Because I love my country. And I love my family. And I love my neighbours. And yes...
Yeah, wasn't there a thing, like, Nick Griffin was talking about how, like, they were expected to become, like, super pro-Israel. They were expected to not criticise, like, the banks or something like that. I can't remember what it was. They didn't want to get involved in that.
I even love my dog. Sorry, I'm just stopping him from doing that. It doesn't hurt him, by the way. I'm not tasering him.
Shot collar? Shot collar?
It doesn't hurt him, by the way.
What is that? Does anyone know what this is? Does anyone know what this is? A Sergeant Piker moment? Hello?
I'm not tasering him. So let's look at it. So we have Starmer, who is jumping on the far-right bandwagon again. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more...
After the far-right injured 11 police officers.
More people in prison by the end of the week or so.
Good.
And you have a certain very, very small minority of people that aren't being bribed and aren't being blackmailed. And I would say we put Lowe's up there.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, Rupert Lowe, he's not being blackmailed. Everyone I don't like is being blackmailed. Okay, man.
I would even say Nigel Farage is up there, if I'm honest.
But Nigel Farage, they're talking about corruption. Nigel Farage? Fucking, doesn't he have all this, like, NFT, like, cryptocurrency bullshit going on? In bed with Trump and all this shit. Like, he's not corrupt? He's not corrupt? Okay.
And they're speaking out. Now, in 2020, I'd already cancelled my TV licence. And so I didn't follow...
Very good idea to tell the world this, by the way.
...follow much of the COVID stuff. And because I didn't follow much of the COVID stuff, I also didn't see a lot of the Black Lives Matter. But now that's not to say that I didn't know...
Black Lives Matter is completely fucking irrelevant to this case. Like, it's insane how much we're trying to draw parallels between BLM and, like, the George Floyd thing with this thing. It's insane. There's just almost nothing to it.
Anything about it. Because I was one of the guilty ones who put a black square on my Facebook for a small period of time. But I didn't see the full extent of what they call the Summer of Love because I didn't see it on the TV and my algorithm didn't show me it at the time on my social media. But I have seen it since. And...
Okay, so it's bad when BLM were violent, but it's fine when the UK right were violent. I'm guessing we're leading up to...
It astounds me that a huge percentage of the West took a knee for a career criminal.
This is like completely retarded as well. The whole thing with George Floyd was that there was like other black people before him that were killed by police. Or like, you know, not even police sometimes, like with George Zimmerman. And there wasn't accountability, they felt. So when it happened again in broad daylight, and there was like incontrovertible proof that he was basically just fucking murdered, people lost their shit. It's like, it's understandable. Even if you think that like smashing fucking buildings and shit isn't the way to do it, which I agree with. It's still understandable. It's not about George Floyd, that specific person. It's about everything that led up to it, and that being another thing.
Who threatened to murder a mother's unborn baby while he was robbing her house, and took enough fentanyl to kill an oversized elephant the day that he was caught with a counterfeit 20. And
all of this warrants the death penalty that he got, by the way, of course.
His arrest and his death, not murder, because he killed himself. His suicide, because he killed himself. Yeah.
Really, really. Did you know that Charlie Kirk also died of fentanyl overdose? It's true. Look it up.
And his arrest and his death, not murder, because he killed himself. His suicide, because he killed himself.
Yeah, you have to understand, George Floyd, what he did was he deliberately pressed his neck up against that guy's knee for 9 minutes until he died. He did that deliberately. And also Charlie Kirk died of a fentanyl overdose.
He overdosed on fentanyl.
It's just every fucking dipshit rightoid narrative, just one after another. This person is a zombie. This person is a fucking zombie. They might have been the same when they were more left-leaning. They might have believed everything the fucking so-called trans cult was saying. You just trade one cult for another, you know what I mean?
Stop the world. Stop the Western world, anyway. And yet, now we have this poor young lad, Henry, who is not the only person who has been mistreated by our establishment by far. He's the latest in a long line, unfortunately. I mean, have you heard of the 3 rapists who got off 2 weeks ago because they didn't know any better? They behaved well in court, and they were...
Do we get any details so I can look this case up to think for myself on this? Maybe there's a reason for it.
Roma travellers, so, you know, they fall into a special class and all that. So...
No, of course not.
There are many examples, and that's what's caused a lot of the unrest that has been happening in this country for the last certainly couple of years. But I think
this is, what are we saying here?
What's caused a lot of the unrest.
I mean, a lot of the unrest I've been seeing is about migrant fucking hotels, but okay. There's something about laws. I don't even know what fucking case she's talking about.
That has been happening in this country for the last certainly couple of years. But I think Henry... I think Henry dying on the driveway of his murderer.
1 out of 1. Am I still... It says that YouTube is still working. What's happening? Can someone tell me if I'm live or not? Okay, it says here I am. Okay, wow.
In handcuffs, pleading for help. It's kind of been the last straw. And what's made it worse is Starmer is sticking to the script of his puppeteers. He's not moving an inch. So what do we do, fellow
What does that even mean? What did he say?
Henry Novak was a kind, thoughtful, and much loved young man, and this has understandably been devastating for his parents, for his family, and everybody who knew him.
Basically the same as what this woman's saying.
And I have seen the body cam footage. It's harrowing.
I agree.
And I have to say, as a father of a 17-year-old boy, I felt sick watching it.
Also more or less what this woman's been saying.
It is absolutely right that the IOPC are looking at this. There are clearly serious questions that need to be addressed, not least...
IOPC? So he's calling for like an internal investigation? So this is part of this script? What is she saying that's not true? Well, what is she saying that is true? She's saying an awful lot of stuff that is completely unevidenced. Yeah, he's calling for an internal investigation. What's this got to do with sticking to the script? You'd want that too. You'd want the police to be investigated for this.
How accusations of racism informed the decision-making in this case. But my thoughts...
Yeah, I've seen that he's set to resign. I'm not interested in what Trump has to say because he's a moron, so I'll wait till something more substantial comes out.
I'm sure the thoughts of everybody in the country are with Henry's family. His life has been stolen, and they are understandably devastated, and that is where I start on this.
So where is... What does this have to do with him sticking to a script? What script? What's she talking about?
Brits. And what's made it worse is Starmer is sticking to the script of his puppeteers. He's not moving an inch.
How does that relate to what you said?
So what do we do, fellow Brits?
Everything she's saying is true, very doubtful. Henry was a true innocent victim compared to Floyd that is a violent criminal. Bro, I said why that wasn't the point. Do you have ears? Do you listen? You obviously know English because you are able to type it. I know you're a Trumper, but like, Jesus Christ. You must have some ability to understand what I'm saying. It doesn't matter that Floyd was a criminal. It doesn't matter. There's nothing similar about these cases anyway, apart from that there was an element of police mistreatment. That's literally it. You could compare like so many things that way. It's completely irrelevant. George Floyd has got nothing to do with this case, and it's not similar. The police didn't kill Henry Novak. They just didn't handle him correctly when they showed up. They fucked it up, but they didn't fucking kill him.
How do we sort this out? I'd love some ideas.
The thing is, by the time Farage gets in, won't Trump have gone anyway? Hopefully.
Because I honestly don't have a clue. Because I'm just a middle-aged mother of two who lives in Lincolnshire, some small town. I've never done anything radical.
Apart from following Billboard Steve around.
What do we do? Because I'm in the process of applying for a green card to escape to America. But I've been told...
Because he was white. What evidence is there that the police treated Henry Novak the way they did because he was white? What evidence is there of that? There is none. It was reported as a hate crime. How would it have been any different if they said, oh, this black lad called me a P word and pulled my turban off? There is no evidence that they would have acted differently. The problem was like police incompetence. It wasn't racism. There is no evidence that they were racist, and that's why they treated him the way they did. You've got nothing. Like, you don't understand. I actually look into this shit, and I actually think about this shit. And come to conclusions. That's why I can make a video about fucking Helen Weberly, and it's fucking good, because I actually fucking think about this shit. It's the same this way. I don't turn my brain off when it's something that suits me to, because I'm not a fucking dipshit. There is no evidence of police racism on this case. Absolutely none.
It could be anything up to a 5-year wait. I don't think my daughters will last 5 years. Because every week...
What the fuck does this even mean?
I see more foreigners turning up to my town and walking the streets of the town. So I don't think I've got that long with my kids before something happens to them. And I pray to God it's not anything as bad as what happened to Henry.
I mean, listen, I don't want Farage in. Aren't they saying they want British version of ICE? Waste fucking tons of money trying to turf out foreigners. We've got like a shitty fucking birth rate, so we need people coming in. Both reform and restore, they're gonna tank the economy. They're gonna push shit that leads to like way more fucking austerity. And people are sick of it. Okay, so you don't have any evidence. Blacks and browns have privilege and you know it. No, I don't know it. That's why I'm asking you to actually give some evidence of your claim. There is no evidence in the Henry Novak case that anything happened the way it did because of anti-white racism. There's just none. And just repeating that you think that there's privilege that blacks and browns have doesn't work. How do you know that it wouldn't happen? That a white person would report like a racist attack and the police wouldn't act similarly? You don't. You've got absolutely no fucking... You don't know at all. Also, Americans are not allowed to call the UK a shithole country, I'm sorry. How much do you have to pay every time you get fucking remotely sick? How much do you have to pay if you were in an accident and like broke a bone or something?
How do we keep our kids safe?
Yeah, there's just never any evidence. It's just, no, white people are victims. No, we're victims. No, white people are victims. No, actually, we're victims, though. But there's never any evidence. There's never any, like, substantiation of it. And this case is not going to give you any because there was no evidence of racism. I'm sorry, man.
You know, I always wish that it was just the trans thing, which is my main fight in this. Some of you all know my story, my background with my daughter around the trans stuff, and I always wish that that's all.
I actually think this woman needs, like, fucking help. I actually think this person is probably around a lot of people that confirm a lot of her insane beliefs, and it's probably making her worse. Like, Jesus Christ. There is some kind of, like, undiagnosed or untreated, like, psychotic thing going on there. There, like, has to be. It's insane what's going on here. I almost feel bad in a way.
We were fighting. But it's not. The left are killing us.
Oh, you can see a medical specialist quicker in America. Okay, you'll bankrupt yourself, but at least it'll happen slightly quicker. Yeah, go America. Wow, amazing. Fuck America.
We know that with Charlie Kirk. And Islam is slaughtering our people.
Islam is slaughtering our people. Wow. How many people have we slaughtered with our interventions in that part of the world? How many people have we caused to be slaughtered? Backing up Israel. It goes both ways, man.
And raping our girls. And it's not going to end. Because I
think it's acting. I can't even tell, to be honest. Like, I get latent schizo vibes, to be honest. Like, it's hard to tell. I'm not saying that to be humorous, by the way. I'm saying what I actually think, you know. It reminds me a bit of, like, when people talk about, like, AI, what is it, AI psychosis or something? Where part of it is that when you talk to AI about your, like, cracked out beliefs, it's not going to question you, it's going to, like, reaffirm you. You know, we saw that, there was that Ember Leonara person we watched. It would sit there, like, talking to, like, ChatGPT, and it's like, you know, what you said was very powerful. It's like, no, this person's nuts and they need help. I think it's probably a similar thing when they get into like these like echo chambers and like thought cults and shit. The constant validation that they're getting from all their own people for shit that makes no fucking sense is just making them worse. Like, she sounds like she's got problems.
No history. I know how the Ottoman Empire worked 300 years ago. The Barbary pirates that came and stole our people from Cornwall, Devon, Baltimore in Ireland. I know how they invaded France and took over Spain, sorry.
Oh, do they go to the same overvalued ideas therapy class or something? I don't know.
And took over. And I know how they took over most of the Middle East. And I'm just about old enough to know how it happened in Iran. The thing we need to know or realise is...
Carmelo Anthony, didn't he get life? Like, was he free the entire time because he got bailed out? He was found guilty. Like, did they let him out because he was bailed? That isn't fucking black privilege. That's being bailed out. That's what the fucking system exists for. That could happen to anyone. And it was like $250,000, which is a fucking hell of a lot of money. Probably about as much as it would cost you to get your broken arm fixed, to be honest. How's that fucking racism against white people? What are we talking about? I don't... Bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it their passion to destroy us so far has been...
Yeah, how did the British Empire work, I wonder?
Greater than our passion to save ourselves. And that needs to change. It needs to change. And I'm a 46-year-old mother of two, 5'2", skinny as a rake.
Oh, you see how she like... She knows this stuff. She's like... Oh, I'm tiny, I'm like a woman and I'm tiny. But you'll still mouth off at people. You'll still chat shit. And then expect men to stand in for you.
But I'll go up there. I'll get my arse on the front lines.
It should be no... It should be no bail. Okay. How does that mean that there's black privilege? Is it always no bail when it's white people, but always bail when it's black people? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I find that hard to believe, to be honest.
I'm willing to do it. And you should be willing to do it. So we need to put our heads together, don't we? Because otherwise...
Yes, you and a professional.
We're going to lose this country. Very quickly. Very quickly.
Yeah, this is why we have to tank the economy by chucking out loads of people, of course. Tanking the economy will fix everything.
And there's going to be plenty more Henrys. Plenty more Sammy Woodhouses. And other victims of the rape gangs, torture gangs from Muslim Pakistan. And this country is going to become unrecognisable. And one thing we need to instill, to say, as a lover of history, is that we're not bad.
I don't think he's trolling. I think he genuinely believes what he's saying. I think there's a lot of people that genuinely believe exactly the same kind of shit. It is victim narrative. It's proof that white people have become fucking pathetic. It's proof that we in the West need to grow some fucking balls and stop pretending that we're fucking victims and start getting on with our fucking lives and doing something useful. Instead of whining about whether Carmelo Anthony got fucking bail or not. He got fucking 35 years. He ain't coming out anytime soon now, is he? Black privilege, there we go. Fucking hell, man.
Bad. And our history isn't bad. We've made a few mistakes along the way. Who hasn't? But we are a great country. We're an amazing country.
This is the same. We're a great country. We're an amazing country. It wants to fuck off to America. I don't think you're as patriotic as you're saying.
We've done amazing things for this world. And this world wouldn't look the way it does if it wasn't for us. There would be no United States if it wasn't for us. There'd be no Australia. There'd be no...
Jesus, God, I'm starting to think... I'm starting to... Listen, I'm not a patriot anyway. There'd be no United States if it weren't for us. Maybe we're the problem. Maybe we're the problem.
It's for this world. And this world wouldn't look the way it does if it wasn't for us. There would be no United States if it wasn't for us. There'd be no Australia. There'd be no...
Oh, he was bringing up Carmelo Anthony because he's saying that black and brown people have privilege over white people. But I'm still not convinced at all.
Canada. And
dude, did we know that, like, however many 100 years ago, we could have prevented Donald Trump from ever becoming president? All we had to do was not be a colonial force.
What we did in Africa.
Yeah, Preston Davis. Yeah, fucking hell. That's what happens. People just pick a group of people and focus on all the crime that those people do. Yeah, it's bad. You know what else is bad? Every other fucking crime.
Africa was amazing. We brought civilization.
Yeah, they did want rid of us.
To most of the world. We need to be proud of that. We do. So tell your little woke friends and your woke kids to stop hating this country and hating themselves and hating...
I ain't the one threatening to leave. I'm the one that hates the country. I ain't threatening to leave. I don't mind there being fucking foreigners around here. I ain't saying we should destroy the fucking economy.
Hating being white. Because as of today, we make up between 7 and 9%.
Who hates being white? How many people, hand on heart, actually hate being white?
Percent of the entire world population is white people. Think about that. 9 to 7%. We have around 14% Muslims just in the UK. The entire world population is white people. Think about that. 9 to 7%. We have around 14%.
UK demographics by religion. Oh, it's the census 2021. In 2021, the UK was 6.5% Muslim. Has it grown that much in 5 years? What source does Wikipedia use? Oh, 2021. When was the last census? Everything is citing the... I mean, Muslim Council of Britain might be biased, to be fair. But it's more recent. Also taking an age to load. That's nice. I'm not sure I trust 14%. That sounds quite high. I think this is specifically... This is 6% are Muslim. This is from 2025 and it's saying that Muslims are 6% of the overall population. It seems odd that it would have gone down. But then this is 4 million in 2021. So either they're underestimating or the other one is overestimating. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think it's going to keep growing exponentially. I would imagine there's going to be less immigration regardless, because Labour are already cracking down on immigration. And most likely, if Labour aren't the next government, if they don't win the next election, it's going to be someone right of them. It's going to be the Tories or Reform, most likely. They're not going to suddenly start allowing more again, most likely. And, like, I imagine probably the birth rates of, like, the kind of second, third, fourth, whatever generations would probably start going down as well, because they get, like, westernized, don't they? Probably at least some of them you'd expect might convert out, like, become atheist or whatever. Like, people forget, you know, that happens both ways. I feel like it probably would kind of slow down. You know what I mean? Yes, I have low viewership numbers these days. Wow, amazing. That totally has a bearing on anything.
Muslims.
What do you mean by my trans grift? When I've ever grifted? I mean, if you don't want to be here, you can just not be here. That's perfectly fine.
Just in the UK.
Yeah, 14% Muslim. I don't trust this. I don't think this is true.
14% Muslims just in the UK. And yet white people make up 7 to 9% of the entire planet. I'll leave you with that thought. And I'm sorry to be on a downer. If you see me in the last few days and leading up to this video, it was a lot worse. So anyway, that's my brain dump for the day or the week. God bless everybody. Stay safe. And big up Britain.
Big up Britain, which I'm trying to leave. Wow, amazing. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's like an echo chamber. All these fucking people. They're just making it worse. And Steve clearly either doesn't understand or doesn't care how fucking psychotic his little sidekick is. Hanging around with him is not gonna help. Okay. People of all colours and backgrounds need to unite against the common enemy. Bankers, politicians, sellout influencers, blah blah blah. All your heroes are given to you, including Tel Aviv Tommy, who was there to cause a civil war amongst all people for his Israeli handlers. There's a lot to it. Like, Tommy Robinson has been in their fucking pocket for a long fucking time. What was it? Listen, I've got a bit of time. I'm almost tempted. I'm always tempted to get into that a bit. Smoke detector needs replacing. Maybe. Maybe she can't find a white Aryan workman to do it for her. Yeah, the Tommy Robinson. Yeah, the dog didn't say anything else. What was that? What was that she used? Hang on. How would I could listen. Where's the remote? Where is it? It was like, it had like orange kind of bits on it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's more people in prison by the end of the week or so. And because I love my country and I love my family and I love my neighbours, and yes,
that proper made me jump. Jesus fucking Christ.
I even love my dog. Sorry, I'm just stopping him from doing that.
I'm just stopping him from doing that? Does anyone recognise that sound? Is that the sound of a shock collar?
Sorry, I'm just stopping him from doing that.
Quite a long thing as well. I mean, to me, it sounded like a window being like wound up in like a car or something, but it's not going to be that. And you hear it kind of growl a bit, and then that's it.
It doesn't hurt him, by the way. I'm just
like, what is that? Hang on. I don't know if I'm going to get put on a list for searching stuff like this. There's a button on there, and it's like black and orange, and like a door closing. But then you hear it growling, and it doesn't sound like it's like out the room or anything. It sounds like it's still in the same place.
I'm not tasering him.
You hear it growl. It doesn't sound like it's moved or been locked out the room or anything. Citron scented spray. Is there such thing as a spray collar? No, nothing matches it. Unless it's an older one that isn't like... they don't sell that kind anymore or something. Ultrasonic.
It doesn't hurt him, by the way. I'm just...
Could be there. What does the button look like? Wait. There's a Chinese cheap one. They're called dog trainer collars. Wait, no, it comes up in the middle. I can't tell what shape it is. Sorry, I'm not showing my screen on here because I don't want to come up with my postcode or something. Oh. Sorry, my phone went off. Dealing with home stuff at the same time, and now I've lost my headphone. Right, dog trainer collar. Yeah, nothing really matches. I don't know. I have reservations of how humane these kind of things are. But I don't know. Don't know how I'd find the exact one. I don't know. I don't. The problem is, if I know anyone that knows which exact one it is, well, it's like, well, why do you know that, you know? I don't know. I don't know enough to say whether this is like a person abusing their dog or not, but it's never a great sign, is it? Like, it's never a great look. Let's put it that way. To be clear, I can't tell though. I'm not saying this person is an animal abuser because I don't know for sure. Anyway, yeah, I actually have some stuff to do, fuck's sake. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, etc. It's quiet at the moment because I was off for like 3 weeks because I was ill. It's not been very regular recently. Yeah, a lot of them are in black and orange. I was looking through like Amazon things, like on my other screen, on my other browser. I don't wanna bring my Amazon up and then it tells everyone my fucking postcode. But I can't tell. I don't like jumping to conclusions, you know. I don't like someone. I'm not gonna be more likely to think that they're an animal abuser if they did the same thing that someone I like does, you know. So I will reserve judgment. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna stop. And I love all of you. Have a good day. Have a good evening. All of that kind of stuff. Enjoy your day. And